I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I kiss you on the mouth.
No, I'm not cool with that. Just, I'm sorry.
One more time.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I mean, I'm dealing with degenerate animals.
I'm disappointed in every one of you. Disappointed in every one of you.
All right, come on.
Honestly, I can't do it no more.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
Let me tell you why.
It's gonna be all right, Nicky. Go ahead, shoot.
Let's just kill those fucking men.
What are you going to do about it?
You're happy because you got nothing. You don't got a thing. You're happy because you got nothing. You got nothing.
I want to get out of this rat hole. I want to get online. I need
BDA Boxing.
Welcome everybody to another boxing podcast, broadcasting to you live from the true north. This is your friend Mr. BDA, riding solo for the moment. Hopefully more people show up, and if they don't, they don't. But hey, listen, thank you guys for joining us. Really appreciate it. We got a good show for you today. Nice little show, hot little package. I know Bucho hates it when I say hot little something, but hey, he's not here right now. You know the saying, right, guys? When the cat's away, the mice come out to play. That's what we're going to do right now. Thank you guys for joining us. Listen, before we get the business here, or before we get down to the business, let's get the... Actually, I'm screwing it up. Can you mention that? I said it's supposed to be let's get the business out of the way and let's get to the fun. The business is, well, listen, if you're a regular listener, you already know what the deal is. Subscribe, hit the like button, subscribe to BDA Live, check out the Lomachenko videos we've been doing, and the Wilder videos as well that Bucho has been doing, and spread the BDA gospel. That's really about it. That's all you can really hope for. So thank you guys for joining us. Don't forget, if you got a couple of shekels you can send our way, you can do so via the super chat feature. And I see we got some people already in the chat. Give him a shout out to Lobitos Den Boxing, aka Gonzalo, Virtuoso. Shout out to Virtuoso, Oscar Mastranazo, Pink Panther, Gordon Mullen, Campos Vasquez, Hendo79, Boxing Virus, Mike P. Had a lot to say, Mike P. Christopher Funk. Who else? Oh, I see Del Boy's in there as well. Shout out to Del Boy, Pink Panther, Revolucion, Mike from Boston. Many more to come, I am sure. Guys, thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it. Today, we're going to be talking about some of the news that are going on. There is a lot going on, believe it or not, when it pertains, or as it pertains to boxing. We got Canelo-GGG being talked about for May 2021. We got Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte talks. You know, that those guys might be fighting. Dillian Whyte, he sort of broke up with his training team last week, so we got that. We also have Ryan Garcia continuing to complain about Golden Boy Promotions. We've got Tank Davis getting into a bit of a Twitter beef with Ivan Redkach. We're going to talk about that and sum it up all for you. And much more to come. By the way, guys, if you want to call in, the phone lines are about to be open. So you can certainly do so as well. Shout out to Brian Harkin as well, who just dropped in. Subash Kunwar as well, SSB28. Guys, thank you for joining us. And I see we got people on the Discord. I see we got Revolucion and Gonzalo. Fellas, how you doing today?
How's it going? How you
Good.
doing, Mr. BDA?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Got a little bit of trying something new out here. I'm not drinking any green tea. No more green tea. I feel like it makes me what's it called? Talk too fast sometimes. So I decided, hey, you know what? Gonna go without the green tea for today. See what happens. Maybe take it a little bit slower. And that's what we're gonna be doing. What's up with you, Gonzalo? Are you trying out some green tea yourself, or?
I'm drinking some native coffee here in the Philippines. It's pretty good.
Native coffee. Well, just make sure it doesn't spear you in the head. Get it? Spear native coffee. All right, listen.
Yeah.
Enough shenanigans.
Hey, what about the kid? What up?
I was about to get to you, man. What's up, Wilson? How you doing?
Oh, okay. I thought I was gonna pass up. What's going on, y'all? And me, I'm sipping on a fine Argentina Malbec.
The heck is
and,
that?
Living the life. And
What?
yeah, boxing is hopefully starting back up. And when I mean starting back up, I mean, with some real fights, not this shit that's going on.
First of all, may I ask, what did you said you're drinking Malbec? What is it?
Malbec.
Yeah, what is it?
Mal is a wine.
Oh, it's wine. See, I'm an uncultured.
Yeah, you're a plebeian. You're a troglodyte. Yeah. Listen. It's one of these. Listen. Yeah, there. I got a nice pop for you. Nice cork pop.
Please tell me you went on corking your asshole, man. Come on.
Oh no, I'm not letting old Lemmy Winks out yet. Yeah.
All right, listen. Today we're gonna be talking about. Hold on a second. All right, hopefully that fixed it. Something was going with my mic. Today we're gonna be talking about supposedly Canelo versus Triple G is being talked about. The rubber match being talked about for the. Yeah, my mic's fucking up. Anyway, it's being talked about for 2021. Guys, what do you think about that before I pull up any articles?
Should have been done. It's too late.
It's a good fight. Still a good fight. GGG still very dangerous, as he proved to be in the Derevyanchenko fight. It was a good fight. Derevyanchenko took a lot of damage. By the time they fight in 2021, Triple G will be 39 years old, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not in his prime, and Canelo will be definitely in his optimal prime, his peak. Mentioned last time.
Very good point about the. Go ahead, Lobison. Go ahead.
I know. I was gonna say I agree with everything Gonzalo was saying. Even the fact that it is a good fight on paper, but you know what? It's just like you get jerked around so much that you don't even want to fucking see the fight anymore. That's where I'm at. The politics and everything that's happened, it's just kind of taking the gleam off of it.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right about that, man. You're right. I mean, everything. And besides, even going into that fight, people are gonna go, "Oh, well, you can't. Triple G's not gonna be able to get the decision for that fight." So I understand how people would feel. I mean, it's like with the Kovalev fight, the Canelo-Kovalev. People were saying, "Well, Kovalev is not gonna be able to get a fair share in there, or a fair shake rather, not a fair share." So what's the point of watching it? Especially like Gonzalo, you brought up the good point. Golovkin is gonna be 39 years old. And he already struggled in the second fight, which was pretty tough and rough for both of those guys. And then he went through that war with Derevyanchenko. You got to wonder how much he's got left in the tank.
That's right. To me, the more glaring, what is it called, obstacle for Golovkin would be his ability to pull the trigger, because he's just a fraction of a split of a second slower than he was pulling that trigger. And Canelo, especially since they fought 2 times already, he's probably got the timing down to where he can counter the slower, older man that much easier, because he's still got a very quick trigger.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that he's a counter puncher will be able to catch the slower, older man that much easier. And especially since they fought each other, they know how the styles mesh.
That's a good point. It's a very good point. Canelo.
But another point too is it almost feels like, to me, more than anything, like with his last fight, They put Kovalev on there because, all right, hey, we want Canelo to have a light heavyweight on his record. Good light heavyweight, okay. And now I feel like the next thing they want Triple G, his first knockout on Canelo's record. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like every fight that they put Canelo through, it's like a predetermined trophy that they want to stack on this kid. I can't call him a kid anymore; he's a man, but he's the up and coming guy. So it's it almost feels like that it's all predetermined, like I said.
It would appear so, man. It would appear so. But then again, it's still a pretty tough fight for Canelo because of the fact that Golovkin still has a tremendous chin. He still hits hard. He's like getting whacked by a fucking horse. Do you ever get hit by a horse, guys? Any of you are kicked by a horse? I mean, those motherfuckers, that pain lasts for a while. Now, whether or not you deserve to get kicked, that's not the point. The point is, like if you were pulling on its tail or trying to poke it in the asshole, the point is that the kick hurts. And I imagine the same thing might be with Golovkin. It's a similar scenario. The guy packs a punch, and you can see guys just taking that shot and saying, "Oh my God, what am I in for here? Like, what did I get myself into?" Tough guys like Derevyanchenko, who are seasoned and extra tough, they can take it. Canelo can take it, but other guys can't. So what I'm trying to get at here is that Golovkin still remains a very tough opponent for anybody. I mean, just look at Derevyanchenko's face after the Golovkin fight. It's not like he, as people say, well, he got robbed. Yeah, but it's not like he dominated Golovkin in there. By the way, guys, before I continue, let me give a shout out to Mike P, who did not leave a message. Oh, and then Mike P again did leave a message. Shout out to Mike P. He says, "My message never got out." Well, it's about to, baby. Hold on. "I have a new microphone, apparently not working, spelling things out right. I was saying I don't believe Triple G Canelo 3 happens for a while. I don't believe that Triple G Canelo 3 happened for a while, but while the Fury 3 happened." All right. I think I get what you're saying. I think you're saying that you think Fury-Wilder 3 does happen, but not Triple G Canelo. I see Mike P says he's having microphone issues, so maybe that's the problem. But besides that, Mike P, thank you for your contribution and thank you for your comment. But yeah, guys, what do you think about that? I mean, is this still an easy fight?
That's a great point. That's a great point, BDA, because even Canelo wasn't too thrilled about facing Golovkin the third time, and he stated that it was the fact that he clearly won in both fights, that he didn't need a third fight to happen. Mm-hmm. But I think he was really shook because, as we saw in the first fight, he got connected, I believe, around the 4th round with a massive shot, and in the second fight, he also caught a massive shot in the 10th round. So when you're talking about that mule kick or that horse kick, he's felt that, and he wasn't too thrilled to want to face him a third time.
Exactly. I think. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Well, just gonna say real quick that I think that's definitely part of his mentality here. He's thinking, who can I fight next? And the zone is being very adamant about him fighting Golovkin. Now, Kenshiro asked a very good question. Shout out to Kenshiro. He says, at what weight? From the article that I read, apparently, and some of the rumors also swirling around, they want to make it 168. 168. So it would have the advantage of Golovkin no longer having to make 160, which might be problematic at his age right now. And so 168 might give him a little bit more of a comfort zone.
It'd make him just that much slower, I believe.
If it happens at 168 and they fight, and Andre Ward wouldn't be doing the commentary, right? But just hypothetically, Andre Ward would be doing the commentary on that fight at 168, and he's going to say, "I told you guys all along, he's little G. He moved up in weight, and he can't handle the pressure. Little G is folding before our eyes." He's going to fucking whip it out and start saying it again if Triple G does bad at 168.
Well, your point is well taken if Ward was a commentator. Thankfully for all of us, this fight would obviously be on the zone, so there would be no Andre Ward present. But, still, I mean, that Golovkin jab presented a lot of problems for Canelo. As good as Canelo is defensively, he could not get away from that jab. And there were even instances where he would get popped with the jab, and you could tell by his facial expression, he was saying like, "Gosh damn, I mean, I didn't see that coming, and it hurt." You know what I mean? So, like I was saying before, he thinks he probably thought he had options. Now he's realizing he doesn't. I mean, he went after the big dog against Kovalev, And even that backfired a little bit because it left a bad taste in some people's mouths. People believing that the fight wasn't on the up and up and all that. So who does he fight right now? I mean, other than Golovkin, he would have to face, already Saunders said no to a fight in September, allegedly. Andrade is saying he doesn't want to take a pay cut. So he's definitely not going to take a pay cut against the biggest boxing star in the world right now. So who else? I mean, let me put up the list here of guys that are available at 160. And then we'll go to 168. And you tell me if there's anybody out there that can make him more money than a potential Golovkin rubber match.
I would throw John Ryder in there.
Well, they're talking about that apparently.
That ain't gonna draw. I mean, it sounds like a good fight, and the boxing hardcore fans are gonna appreciate it. But that's not gonna be a draw. Maybe because it's UK, maybe. But I mean,
Well, like I spoke about in the last episode, they're definitely. Come on, sorry about that. They're definitely gonna have to go with the because they want to go with Derevyanchenko. That's what they said. They said they don't want to go with a champ right now because they can't afford it. All right, it's beyond their pay gate right now. So they want to say Derevyanchenko. What was the other name I talked about the last episode? It was Derevyanchenko. I know for a fact they said Anthony Durrell, but I hope they were joking with that. Oh yeah, because the other name was for Jermall Charlo was Derevyanchenko, and apparently that seems more likely now according to some of the rumors that are going around in the message boards. So Canelo.
I think that's Jermall. That's Jermall, the older one.
Well, to me they're all the same. Jermall. I mean, come on. I think Jermall's the best one though. We haven't even seen him fight yet, turn pro, but he's the best. Watch out for Jermall Charlo. But yeah, man, like I was saying, man, freaking Derevyanchenko is no joke, man. He's 34 now, though. He's 34. Yeah. So he might not, and that Golovkin fight might have taken something out of him, too.
I think he's still good. He's still dangerous. He's still dangerous. He's still very good. But yeah, that beating was kind of like almost similar to Meldrick Taylor against Chavez. His face was pretty swollen up. And a lot of people thought he won the Danny Jacobs fight, which was kind of bullshit because you had his coach on the corner of Danny Jacobs, and these guys they train in the same gym.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see him doing well with this corner in a fair fight. I'm not saying that it was unfair, but it was a close fight, and also the Triple G fight was a close fight. But he has a tendency to get dropped early. So against a puncher like Charlo, because he is a puncher, I believe. I mean, he could very well get knocked out and lose that fight.
Right.
I would actually pick Charlo to beat Derevyanchenko.
Oh, well, it would be very close, man. It would be very competitive, that's for sure.
But Charlo, hold on, Charlo. If he could barely handle a goddamn Korobov, he hasn't going to handle a Derevyanchenko. I mean,
remember Charlo came back in the end of the fight. He almost knocked out Korobov. He's got a good engine and he's strong. He's not as experienced as a Korobov, who was an Olympian, good, maybe underrated fighter, but not too active. A lot of inactivity. Mm-hmm, yeah, Korobov was a great fighter, excellent fighter. You can't throw that word around too.
Right.
Yeah, he was a good fighter.
But on the flip side to that, Kovalev was training for an 8-rounder, and they called him up. He was going to fight on the undercard on an 8-rounder, and all of a sudden
weight class too.
Oh, he was a different weight class.
Yeah,
Jeez,
yeah. I think it was a little higher up. I think he was fighting because he's normally goddamn what you call it middleweight. So I think he was at light heavyweight. Yeah, I think it was at fight. He's getting ready for a 175 fight.
Jeez, Louise. I mean, so yeah, so there you go. I mean, there's two schools of thought. Listen, it would certainly be Charlo's biggest fight and most difficult fight because I mean, Derevyanchenko's no joke, man. The guy's strong. He's got a good gas tank, and he seems to have a lot of heart too. So we'll see what happens. By the way, we got a couple of phone calls here, so let's go to the phone lines right away. See who's on the line. 804, you're on the line. 804.
We'll see what happens,
804, please mute your 804. Please mute your speakers because we can hear ourselves in the background.
804.
Yeah.
804, are you there?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, 804. What's up, man?
I don't know. I can't hear you guys if you can hear me.
We can hear you. Is this D Jefferson, by the way?
It's D Jeff.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll call back. It's me anyway. What's up, fellas? It's D Jefferson.
D, I sent you an invite.
I can't hear you guys, but
I sent you an invite.
Send me a link on Discord.
Yeah, I sent it to you, man.
I can't hear y'all. That's why I had the sound on.
All right. We're gonna hang up, but I send you the invite, man. All right.
All right, guys.
I send you the invite. Take it easy, man. Come on, the phone lines aren't working again. What's going on here? This happened the last episode, and now it's happening again. Okay, let's try with 610. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what's going on. 610. Can you hear us? Reply as fast as.
Hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear us? No.
Hello.
No, he can't hear us, man. Fuck.
Hello.
He can't hear us, man.
Choo choo. You hear
All right,
that?
let me go.
What's
Hold
up,
on.
folks? The
Let me go.
BDA gravy train.
447. You're on the air. 447. Can you hear us? Fuck. Okay. All right. Well, I don't know what the problem could be. I'm gonna have to go to the Blog Talk FAQ page or something, support page. Because I mean, listen, we're using the money that you guys give us via the super chats to fund this enterprise, and the fact that it doesn't work is unacceptable, man. It's. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this, guys. Don't you worry about that. I see Unrivaled.
You guys are paying your time. You guys are paying money to get a service that fucks up on the air and wastes your time. You motherfuckers are paying. Man, you're wasting your money to waste your time. What are you doing? Oh wait, shit. Oh no, that's the wrong way, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep the gravy train rolling.
Listen, I want to give a shout out to Mark from Unrivaled Boxing Talk and News. He says, I think Charlo and Derevyanchenko could be fight of the year. No kidding, man.
Yeah, Mark, my man. I was telling people that this morning. I was like, hey, man, don't sleep on this fight, bro. It'll be a good fight. A lot of people don't like Charlo, but stylistically, this makes for a good match, man. Charlo could win this fight, and he would legitimize himself.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio.
Derevyanchenko would be a good title defense, number one. And it would be the best person on his freaking resume. So he would somewhat legitimize himself with this win.
True. And he's going to be in there with a guy who's going to give him trouble. He's going to make it difficult for him, So if Charlo gets in there and, around 6 to 7 coming in and the coach starts telling him, hey, listen, you got to get your shit together, we might see a whole different side come out of him. This could be a coming of age finally for Jermall. He's had it easy so far, but this might be the one where people say, hey, that was the turning point in his career where he stepped up and he said, I'm going to have balls and fight.
Right.
He's a smaller guy. He would lose rounds. I think Derevyanchenko would lose rounds, but then he would get countered by the bigger Jermall Charlo. Because even if they decided to box, Derevyanchenko would outbox Jermall Charlo. I'm not saying that in its entirety, but he would win a lot of the rounds until Charlo would catch up to him and time him. When Derevyanchenko, would get comfortable in there, he would time him, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure, I feel like Charlo's hands are faster than G's. When you come in there for that body work, you still run the risk. You're going to get something back. Like Errol Spence always gets bounced around because he knows he's taking that risk going there for that body work. Canelo gets popped sometimes going in there for that body work. So you take that risk. I said Charlo's hands are coming a little faster than GGG's. But another thing is how much people talk about Derevyanchenko's body attack. It's not going to be the same attack on Charlo. You can hate Charlo all you want, but that dude keeps himself ripped. GGG.
Yeah.
When you look at that muscle that's built up down around those organs, he's going to be able to withstand a lot more punishment than GGG was able to. And Derevyanchenko still has a risk coming in.
That's where I have to disagree with you. That's where I have to disagree with you, D. Jefferson. I was listening to your stream. You mentioned the same thing. Because look, this is why. I'm not saying that you're wrong, that it's a mistake what you're saying. But what I am saying, Triple G is a really strong human being. He wrestles heavyweights in the gym. He's got a very strong composition. You can tell by the chin. He's a very strong man. So for just anybody to be stronger, even between boxers, to be stronger than Triple G. It takes something special, a special type of anatomy. And I don't know if Jermall Charlo just because is one of those guys. I'm not saying he's not strong.
All right, well, check this out. I want to say this, and I get what you're saying, Gonzalo. Check this out now. Jermall Charlo had a good chin. Now, Jermall Charlo also shows this resistance, but we cannot mix up having that granite chin like we know GGG does. What happens downstairs is not built downstairs the way Charlo is built downstairs. These fighters on that muscle down there, those six packs not for a reason, to protect those organs. And the softer you are down there, the more damage those body punches are going to do, fam. I mean, that's just the facts.
Well, that's a great point. Great point, D. But I will say this, too. You know, you don't have to necessarily have a chiseled six-pack to have a solid abdominal wall.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Now, that's true.
I met the Iron Sheik, the wrestler, okay, when he's old. And he got a big old belly. But I put my hand on that belly, and that thing was a fucking rock.
Okay? My uncle was like that. Yeah.
So when I look at G, and I'm looking at a more recent picture, he got the red trunks on from one of the more recent fights. He looks like, it doesn't look like he's got any definition there, but it looked, to me, just on the eye, it looks like a fucking wall.
I agree with that. But then let's understand. I mean, even still, to go back with you, Jermall, Wilder, Spence, it ain't like they just doing exercises to get a six-pack. These guys are doing boxing exercises, bro. Come on, you guys know their trainers are doing stuff to build that up. So the six-packs we keep concerning these guys is that about that business, bro. Come on now.
By the way,
the average guy working out in the fucking gym, they're training out to get this type of muscle for protection. So,
all I'm saying is the Triple G's not an ordinary human being. He's super strong, even in old.
They're all top level boxers. Athletes are not ordinary. None of them.
But look, Jermall Charlo's chin is not as tested as Triple G. We know Triple G has one of the greatest chins of all time.
I agree with that, Gonzalo. I'm not comparing their chin, but has Jermall Charlo been stopped? Has Jermall Charlo been stopped?
No, but his career is nothing compared as far as amount of fights.
I'm with you, Gonzalo. It's not comparing. Look, GGG has a better chin, fam. No questions.
No, I mean, Charlo might have a great chin, but I just haven't seen him really get chin checked. I mean, and that's a good thing, because if he can avoid taking shots, but against Triple G, he would definitely get hit back. You know, he would get connected. Because Triple G also has a great punch. So if he got a great punch and he has a great chin, and Triple G has never been knocked down or even hurt, he dropped that elbow against Derevyanchenko. He got caught with a good body shot, but he's never been really, really hurt. I mean, I can't say that Charlo's going to be the guy to actually put him there.
Hey, fellas.
Can't say that about Triple G, Gonzalo. See, you easily went into that Triple G Charlo comparison. We talking about Triple G Derevyanchenko, dog. Hey, I'm just talking about the body shots. I believe Charlo is going to be able to absorb a little more body shots than Triple. He's younger. He's chiseled down there, built for boxing. And I just think that he'll be able to absorb more body shots. That's what this was. It wasn't about Charlo fighting GGG, my nigga.
Well,
no, let
me jump in here for just a moment, please, and let Mark on Rival just jump in because he dropped by. Mark, are you there? Mark.
Yeah, hello. Yes, hi.
Yes, how you doing, Sonny boy? How you doing?
Hi, Mark.
What's up? Listen, my Irish friend, can you weigh in on this? What do you think? Does Derevyanchenko have a harder time against Charlo than he did against Golovkin?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what shape Golovkin was in for that fight. I mean, I've seen a lot of videos of Triple G looking actually physically sick. No excuses, but he did look physically sick on the way to the ring. He's also an older fighter. He's had a tougher time of it. He didn't look great against Steve Rolls. He did get the stoppage, but I don't know how good Golovkin is anymore, so I don't know.
You know what? That's a good point because, I mean, with the Golovkin thing, it could have been an issue of him. He already looked, when he fought Rolls-Royce, he was pretty, messed up a little bit. And he looked slow. He looked oxidated, rusty. Didn't look good at all. But I will say this thing about. By the way, don't correct me if I get this wrong. But Charlo, the middleweight one, I don't know his first name. To me, they're both the same.
Yeah.
Shut up.
It's Jermall. It's Jermall. Jermall is the
Jermall's the
super.
older one.
Jermall's the one.
Jermall's the one that fought Tony Harrison. Jermall.
I told you not to correct me.
No, let's get it straight once and for all. Jermall middle. Jermall super welter. Jermall is the secret welterweight. Jermule is the heavyweight, and Jermall at light heavyweight.
Hey, don't get me upset now. I'll make a big fucking thing out of it.
All right, let's not make a big deal out of his fucking name, all right? And I don't want Jermall calling it, or Jermall, whatever, calling in later on saying, my name's my name, motherfucker. It's like, I don't care, man, all right? Listen, the point is this.
It's not even Charlo. It's Charlo.
All right, that's enough about names. What is this, grammar school? This turned into the BDA grammar school. Listen, I wanted to make a point about Charlo because, again, if he fights Derevyanchenko, I think we can all agree Derevyanchenko is the best opponent he's faced so far. Because Julian Williams, okay, he ended up getting that win over Hurd later on. But right now, Derevyanchenko, by virtue of the fact that he's given very good performances against both Golovkin and Daniel Jacobs, who I think Daniel Jacobs, by the way, is a better fighter than Charlo at this point, it's going to be Charlo's toughest fight. But I will say this, Charlo has a very quick trigger. You can tell he just drills that shit with the mitts, like catch and shoot, because this motherfucker can counter with hooks, right hands, uppercuts. Now, he's not the best at setting up his attack as much as a guy like Canelo is, but he's pretty quick on the trigger, man. If you just jump in there, he's going to catch you, and you would assume that Derevyanchenko, being the shorter guy, is going to have to jump in there. So stylistically, it could be a question of Charlo having an easier time against Derevyanchenko, but he's going to have to watch out, man. Because Derevyanchenko. So essentially, what you guys were essentially fighting about, well, not fighting, but discussing, can Derevyanchenko hurt Charlo to the body? Has Charlo ever fought a good body punch?
Sure he could.
But
I'm not saying he can't hurt him. I just think that Charlo would be able to absorb more than GG would.
Well, who do you think Charlo is the best body puncher he's faced? Who's the best body puncher that Charlo has faced so far?
J-Rock.
Yeah, and even then.
I would agree with that. J-Rock, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, because he fought Austin Trout, Kovarov. Those guys are outside line punches. Cornelius Bondarich.
Kovarov's the best boxer he fought, but J-Rock is the best body.
He's never fought anybody that's really pressured him and who's going to put it on him the way Derevyanchenko did. I mean, Julian Williams was catching him a little bit from the outside, but that's Julian Williams. He's a quick-handed guy. He can fight both on the inside and on the outside. But Derevyanchenko would definitely be his hardest opponent. And like I said, guys, it seems like maybe Charlo Derevyanchenko is going to be the easier fight to make because they're both with the PBC. Going back to Canelo Triple G3, was it me or was the Canelo Kovalev fight the aftermath? Was it a little underwhelming? You know, it seems like Canelo didn't get a lot of credit from a lot of people here on the YouTube boxing community. What was your guys' thought on that?
I gave him credit. I thought he did well. I mean, I moved him pound for pound number one. A lot of people thought the fight was fixed.
Mm-hmm.
And they were robbing Canelo for the credit before the fight, before he won the damn fight. I kind of expected them to do that. That's just Canelo haters, but I gave him full credit. Hell, no two-weight class.
Yeah, it was very negative before the fight took place on the YouTube boxing community, even on the BDA. I mean, it was very negative. I was the one kind of trying to be vocal and speak about both fighters, but yeah, you couldn't say nothing good about Canelo beforehand because people were dismissing him, not giving him credit, hating. Yes.
Yeah, and let me talk on that because I was one of the people who was very negative about it beforehand. Very negative. I even made a video on the referee and showed like the the Abner Mares and the Becco fight, the low blows, and how I thought that it was very interesting how this referee was picked. I thought they were going to try and like rob Kovalev on the cards or beat him to the nuts and take him out, you know what I mean? But none of that happened. And that's why I gave him full credit, because he went in there, just kept the high guard, boxed him, and took him out.
Well, I would say is about the referee. If I'm not cutting anybody off, don't want to cut nobody off. But about referee Russell Mora, you know, one criticism I have is you look back to Nonito Donaire and Montiel, and how fucking Montiel was on the ground having a seizure, and he gets back up before the count of 10, and Russell Morris says, "Hey, come to me, 2 steps, all right, you good? Wipe the gloves, let's go." And he gave him another shot. You could see his eyes rolling in the head all around. He gave him a shot, but the second Kovalev goes down, it's over on the first fucking knockdown, you know? And he's on his ass.
He was out. He felt like the Twin Towers revolution. He was dangling off the rope like Jersey Joe Walcott. Like Jersey Joe Walcott was hanging off the rope against Rocky Marciano, man.
It's a good point, but start the count. Did he give him a fucking 1, 2, 3? I think he just waved it, right?
Yeah, the lights were on. The lights were on, but nobody was home. The lights were on, but nobody was home.
I don't know. He let Montiel nearly get fucking beat to another seizure, dude. You know what I mean? When you see him give a guy that many shots, you know?
I agree with the inconsistency, but sometimes some knockouts are clean, bro. You don't need a count. The guy is gone. You don't need to start counting. You just need to wave.
Right,
but look, bro, just because he fucked up the first time doesn't mean you have to fuck up again.
Yeah, hey, that's a good point. And you know, it's true. When you see guys, like the Twin Towers, it is an insensitive. It is an insensitive analogy. But when you see someone get hit and they go straight down onto themselves, that's a lot worse than someone they get hit and they fall like onto their back flat. You know. You see.
Would you guys stop bringing up the Twin Towers? What's the matter with you? Stop bringing. I don't know. It's Gonzalo started this whole thing last year during the Pacquiao Thurman special live stream we did during the fight. He's the one that came up with the fucking Twin Towers. Stop it, Gonzalo. It's insensitive. It's rude, but it's funny as hell. So keep it going. No, but listen.
I gotta say that was a great moment in my life. That fight, I enjoyed myself so much.
Yeah.
Thanks, BDA.
Well, I'm glad you did.
Hey, BDA.
Yes.
The next Kumite?
That's a good question. That Bucho handles that, but he's on a little bit of a vacation right now. I could probably set it up.
What's it, Ramadan?
No. Yeah, it's Ramadan. That's right.
No, bro. Ramadan was half ago too.
Everybody
what that shit is.
feel like they've been wanting to debate me. So
Who wants to debate you?
I'll say everybody's been seeming like they've been wanting to debate me. I got into a few debates on channels, so I don't know. I got bored with it. I said, let me go to the Kumite and beat somebody up. Since everybody wanted to debate me.
Listen, the Kumite is always open. Just give us a call. Let us know so we can set it up, and for sure we'll do that. But it has to stick to boxing, obviously. You guys know that. No, hey, I don't like you. You're a bitch. You're a sellout. I've heard rumors.
Yeah.
I heard rumors that you were a fucking spy for the CIA. It's like, all right, why don't you take that to the second Renaissance? This is boxing on this show.
Unless there's gonna be a fucking second Renaissance Kumite. If there's no place to do Kumite there, then we got to do it on the BDA one, baby.
It's a good point.
That's an interesting idea. A second Renaissance Kumite.
That's a real anything goes environment. And come on, BDA, don't act like you don't want the shit talk and the going back and forth and the rumors. The only thing I don't like is when the rumors start going, oh yeah, well, is your address 123 Main Street? Like what? When it starts going into that, when you cross into real life,
but Revolucion,
bullshit.
bro. But I'm coming at this from a business perspective, bro. Okay, okay, hold on a second. Shout out to John Gonzalez who just contributed with the super chat. He says, I thought Gonzalo said 9/11 was a great time. No, that's not what he said. He said the Keith Thurman Pacquiao. He said the Keith Thurman Pacquiao stream was fucking John Gonzalez. Shout out to John Gonzalez. Thank you for your contribution. Always great comments from John Gonzalez. And shout out to Kenshiro as well, who just contributed. And he says Triple G should win a belt at 168 first to entice Canelo. All right, so Kenshiro says that Triple G should get himself a belt at 168 to entice Canelo into a third fight. Well, here's the problem with that. And by the way, thank you, Kenshiro, for your contribution. The problem here is that Golovkin is intent on fighting his mandatory Kamil Zeremeta. And I asked Mark a few weeks ago or months ago whether this Zeremeta guy was any good. And he said no. So I decided to watch some clips. Not some clips. I watched his fight, one of his recent fights where he went 8 rounds. That's right, 8 rounds. That was the limit. He went the full 8 rounds. he does not impress me, man. He's well schooled. He's got a good stance. Okay, he took his boxing classes, but
but he's not good at world level, man.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. He's got no speed, no power. He doesn't torque his shots. Even the technique is just average at best, but it's nowhere near, like you said, world class. So, guys, why does Golovkin insist on fighting this guy?
I don't know, but I got a question for Kenshiro right quick. Who the hell does he beat at 168? He's not taking none of their belts. I got all of those guys beating GGG.
Yeah. Well, at 60,
I don't know about
I believe
Billy
he's a
Joe.
mandatory. He's a mandatory, but I mean, he got 21 fights with 5 KOs. He would get rolled over, just as he rolled over Steve Rolls. He would roll over him because I mean, he has nothing to fear. Triple G's got an iron chin. He would just walk forward and eat him up alive.
That's right. But even Steve Rolls had some. Steve Rolls at least had an average. He had like 20 wins and I think 10 knockouts or something. So he had a half and half, almost 50% knockout ratio. This guy has nothing. But let's get to that. What D said about who does Golovkin beat at 168, and he said nobody. Let me roll off the names for you guys. I'm gonna put up the on the screen, just on the YouTube screen, so if you guys can see it at the same time, that's fantastic.
Hold on, let me pull her up. Hold on.
I give you that, Mark. I give you that. He could beat him, probably. I mean, well, I'm not saying he could.
All right, let's see the screen.
Don't you guys think that Andy Ruiz and Steve Rolls should trade names?
Hold on. Come on. Luis, stop it with the jokes, man. We're trying to get at the bottom of things here. We're trying to get to the bottom of things, all right? We've got... Okay, so I didn't even know Daniel Jacobs moved up to 168. Since when?
Yeah, his last fight was at 168 against Chavez.
Oh, yeah.
That's good for him.
I was
for him. I'm tired of him being so ambiguous. Oh, am I a 68 or a 60-pounder? They're dehydrating me. They're putting rehydration clause on me. I mean, you got to decide for yourself in your career. Who are you? I mean, you know.
Yeah, Gonzalo sounds like a life coach. You got to take life by the reins and decide what you want to do in life. All right.
Hey, it's that Filipino coffee.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That white Filipino coffee.
But it's a good point, though. It's a good point. You know, some of these fighters, they want... Go ahead.
No, I was just screaming a double.
A double?
Yeah, hey, can I share some good news?
Yes, please.
Yes, my wife's pregnant.
Oh.
Congratulations, brother.
Yeah. But I'm kind of like nervous because the last two have died. So 2 miscarriages, but hopefully this one's good.
Oh man. I started thinking that as I was clapping. I was like, oh no.
Yeah,
I was playing the
my
music.
My wife just showed me the result this morning. But anyways, sorry about that.
Well,
hope for the best, man.
We're all in there for you. Good luck, bro.
Yeah, we're going to be praying for you.
Gonzalo, let me give you a little bit of advice, though. Next time you tell us some good news, why don't you start off with the bad part first? He almost had the miscarriage before, but guess what? She's pregnant. Yay! So we don't have to say,
yeah, it's a bit different to, hey guys, my wife's pregnant, but you know, the last 2 babies died. Like,
right.
Hey guys, I just got a fucking promotion in my job, but I'm an alcoholic and I keep getting fired everywhere I go. So
hey, I just gotta
give me a couple months and I'll be out of it.
I was talking and my wife had been like 11 days late and she just walked in the room right now as I was speaking and she put the test to my face. She put the test and I saw the 2 double lines. So that means she's pregnant.
I see.
I can't get my hopes so high because 3 months ago it happened and she had a miscarriage, and 1 year and a half ago the baby was 8 months and he choked himself on the umbilical cord on my birthday and he died. So I can't get my hopes up so high. But right now she walked into the door and she showed me the test. So that's why I just decided to share it.
I'm going to be praying. We're all going to be praying. Now, some people dispute the statistics. Say, prayer doesn't work, blah, blah, blah. I believe it does. I will be praying for you. I invite everybody listening and all our panelists to pray for you as well. And I hope that you get a happy life. And no matter what happens, Gonzalo, you're a strong guy and you always keep moving. That's what they taught you in the military. You always got to keep moving. Never stay still. So, you know, we're on your team, man. All right?
Yeah,
I'll pray as well, Gonzalo.
Man.
But what do you guys think? Is that good for Jacobs to decide whether he's going to be a 68 or 60 pounder once and for all?
What, the baby?
I think it's good that he's finally grabbed life by the fucking balls.
yeah, he made a decision at least. By the way, sorry to interrupt. John Gonzalez, real quick, gave a contribution. He says, "Congratulations, Gonzalo." Oh, all right. Shout out to John Gonzalez for his contribution and his kind words towards Gonzalo.
Yeah.
All right. So okay. So Daniel Jacobs made up his mind.
Thank you.
Jacobs made up his mind. He beat the crossdresser or half a crossdresser. Because if you wear high heels, are you half a crossdresser or are you considered already like a full blown tranny?
Now hold on. Let's run it back. Because when I saw the video of the high heels, Cesar Jr. running around with the high heels, Mark said right away, "Oh, he walks really good in high heels." And raises a good point. It looks like he's got experience. But now everybody be fucking honest here. And I might fucking throw myself under the bus.
Don't do it, mate.
Everybody on this panel, when you was fucking 3, 4, 5 years old, when you was a little kid, you didn't fucking your mom wasn't playing with you, she put fucking high heels on.
Right. Can I respond to that?
You go ahead, please.
Either you were a very effeminate child or an only child, one or the other. Because
I was an only child, and my dad was working, and my mom was watching me, and she was like, "Here, put the fuck."
If I had have worn my mom's shoes when I was a kid, my dad would have beat the fucking gay out of me, bro.
Hey, you know what?
Everybody here, be honest. Have you ever put them on?
No.
Every fucking time in your life.
No.
It ain't like
that's not normal, bro.
It ain't like taking a dick in the ass.
And we got.
I ain't done that.
I will say this. I've seen a lot of kids
goofing around and you put them on and take them off 5 seconds later.
All right, hold on. D wants to say something.
Kids do that, man. I have seen a lot of kids do that. Put their mom shoes on. I personally wasn't one of them. I've seen it though.
And it don't mean goofing around though. You're just kids.
But on the other hand, you gotta like also understand that, like, for example, I was in Mexico. There's a lot of guys that look very like manly, but and they wear cowboy boots and all. But when they take their cowboy boots off, they got their toenails painted. So it works both ways.
Who are you? What?
What a fag.
Yeah, there's motherfuckers.
Gonzalo, you cut off, man. Probably his wife.
Gonzalo actually got muted.
It's probably his wife.
He's a fag.
What?
I know. Definitely some Puerto Ricans in New York. I know get fucking manicures, do the cuticles, all that. Get the eyebrows threaded. Fucking Puerto Rican men in New York are feminine as fuck sometimes. And I'm calling out right now. Get on here and defend your people.
Even the ones that look like alphas, I was saying, they could be wearing cowboy boots and all, but when it's time to call it a night, if they take them cowboy boots off, their toenails are painted.
I don't have a problem. I don't really have a problem with manicure and pedicure. You start putting paint on your nails, that's the problem.
Yeah, that's bizarre, man. That is bizarre, man. What the hell?
That's the problem.
Pink and red.
But that's reality. That's the world we live in.
That's Latin America, man. Latin America be playing around a little bit. BDA, get that off.
Yeah, I feel bad for Chavez Sr. A lot of people don't know this, but Chavez has two brothers. The boxer, Omar Chavez, he's got another brother by the name of Christian. And the Christian guy, he's really gay. He also got a sister named Nicole.
All right,
so he got two brothers, and one is really gay.
Yeah, so one's really gay, and one is really a boxer, and one's really right in the middle.
You know what, fellas?
Yeah, Chavez is a nut job.
Fellas, let's get to what everybody wants to see. That video of Chavez walking around with the high heels. So let's get to it right now, all right? There we go.
Work it, girl. You struck that thing.
You see how he pulled that 360? How he did that full body?
What's getting to me is the hands.
Yeah, the hands, man.
Man, the hands, you're right. I was looking at the pivots. Because that's how you could really get hurt if you don't have experience. You don't know.
Look at this. Heel toe, and turn, and heel and toe, and heel and toe.
He's doing runway. Runway is old hat to Junior.
Are they?
What the hell is the matter with this dude?
He's done. I think he's too many punches to the head. I think that makes you gay. So guys, work on your defense.
And this isn't no fucking what you call gold dust. This isn't gold dust where he's got a fight coming up and he's acting like a fucking mariposa. He's acting it up, trying to get in somebody's head. He's not doing that. He don't have a fight coming up. He's just, hey, everybody, check out the fucking pumps I got.
By the way, I got that video from Mark's channel. He called it, "Is Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. gay?" What the fuck is it? Nice title, man. Nice title, man.
Yeah, I didn't pull any punches with that title, bro.
Oh my goodness.
But on the bright side, it looks like he's not even bothered by the fact that he lost to Jacobs and that he quit and what people have to think about him. He looks like he lives carefree in his own crazy mind.
Well, I hear he does a lot.
There you go. But hold on.
Yeah.
Stop interrupting, Mr. BDA. Revolution.
No, that's okay, man. That's okay. Listen, we got a bit of a delay here because we're on the Discord. It's bound to happen with anything. But I am the host, and I do want to let people talk as much as possible. So go ahead, Lucian. But thank you, Gonzalo.
Okay, I noticed we had a good rhythm going. When I would talk, and you would let me talk, and then I go back to you. And
all right, speak.
Even earlier on,
speak.
I conceded.
All right. Enough with the fluff. Continue.
All right. Okay. All right. Keep fluff. All right, but how does this speak to Jorge Paez coming out in a dress to the ring?
Nah, that's different, man. That's the guy used to work in a circus, for Pete's sakes, and he was all about. He would go into hotel rooms, from what I read, and he would take thumbtacks and drive them through his fingers or something, or the skin of his fingers, something like that, to impress people in the lobby. So let's not talk too much about Madomero Paez, because
he was jackass.
He was a great
jackass. Goddamn.
He was a great guy, man. I used to love Jorge Madomero Paez. He walked into my school one day when I was in elementary. Yeah, he's turned Jehovah's Witness now. He's a baptized Jehovah's Witness.
No kidding.
In his hometown of Mexicali. Yep.
So if Cesar Chavez Jr. came to the ring with the high heels on, is that part of mind games now? Is that not gay? Is that he's just trying to get in his man's head?
Listen. Can I speak on that? Listen, let me speak on that.
Go for it.
He got sculpted with coins and beer bottles for pulling out of a fight. If he walks to the ring, right, wearing those heels, he's gonna get stoned to death.
You're fucking right, Mark. You put it all in context for each fucking fighter. That's perfect.
He pulls out from a broken nose. People throw stuff at him, bro. He'll get absolutely. He'll get lynched if he walked out like that.
If he quit and then as he's getting ready to walk out, he's strapping on the high heels and he's slipping it up around the back of his heel.
You had to use the term. You had to use the term strap on, didn't you?
That's an ass. Y'all know the only dude I think can walk to the ring in heels and get away with it.
Who? Who's the only one? Fury.
I think he can do some crazy shit like that and get away with it.
Well, who the fuck's gonna pull up on him?
Exactly.
That's a good point.
He's shown enough mental craziness in the past. And imagine if he did it, especially with the prior homophobia allegations and all that. Imagine if he was going against a heavyweight Orlando Cruz, somebody, a gay heavyweight, and he came out to the ring with fucking high heels on and then beat the fuck out of him. Holy shit, LGBT would be fucking on fire.
Revolución.
Trilogy with high heels.
But Revolución, as an expert you're an expert in moving around in heels. Do you think somebody could sort of like make a makeshift heel shoe where you could actually box with it? You're an expert on that. You go ahead, tell us.
You have to have a really, really high top. Some almost goes to the knee, almost like a high a knee sock. Something that's going to give you a lot of ankle support.
Well, listen, here at BDA Boxing, we're all about exploring different topics and getting to the bottom of things. Not that type of bottom, so we're gonna change subjects here because this is getting a little bit too gay.
Or that type of top either.
Yeah.
Hey, I got bad ankles. I got bad ankles.
What?
I got bad ankles, so I'm the man to talk about, footwear and safety and all that. And
how did that happen? How did that happen? From wrapping them around the back of your neck?
Fuck! I was gonna go into. At least I don't have bad knees. No, from real, it's from skateboarding. Fuck my ankles. From skateboarding.
I've heard that one before.
Mark, I gotta give you points. Wrapping them around the back of your head. Fucking, that was quick. You got it.
Shout out to Kenshiro, who just donated with the Super Chat. He says Chavez and Oscar equals Maricon connection in the WWE. All right, Kenshiro, shout out to you. But we don't appreciate that type of homophobia here at BDA. You guys know we're open to all forms of political leanings, sexual orientations, whatever. But I will say it was a good comment. Thank you for your contribution, man.
Wait, you saying that you're open to all forms of sex, or you're open to that?
Excuse me. Was I open to gay? Am I open to gay sex? Is that what you're asking me?
I'm saying that you almost sound like that's what you were saying. Are you open to that?
No, we're saying here at the show we don't criticize people, we don't diminish people or disparage them because of their sexual orientation. But no, I'm not gonna. What's the matter with you, D?
He is not. He is neither mentally. He is neither mentally nor physically open to gay sex. And on that topic, I want to plug my channel real quick. Also plug, I didn't mean to say that, but I want to plug my channel, Revolucion04, my fucking username, where the tagline of the channel is anything goes except gay sex.
One never knows when the homosexual is about. He may appear normal, and it may be too late when you discover he is mentally ill.
No, wait a minute. Who's playing that, man? What the fuck? Who's playing that? No, that type of outdated...
I'm sorry. I won't do it again.
That's okay. No, that type of outdated outlook on life is unacceptable. But by the way, yeah, check out Revolucion's channel. Check out D. Jefferson's channel. I always forget the long name because it used to be called D. Jefferson. Now it's Real Talk Sports.
Put in Speak Your Mind Sports Talk.
Speak Your Mind, yes. Speak Your Mind. You were having a very good show the other day about life and outlooks and positive mindsets, and it was fantastic, man. You went on for about 3 hours or something. It was very interesting.
We went 7 hours.
Oh, geez, Luis. Okay, so yeah, I encourage everybody to go listen to that and go check out Unrivaled Boxing Stocks channel as well. That's Mark, for anybody that doesn't know. Don't call him Mark though on his channel because then he'll start banning you or something just because you called him Mark. He's got a phobia about that.
That's why you're fuck off this guy. He's refusing to let anybody call me Mark.
All right. Luis Puente says D. Jefferson is everywhere like the coronavirus. Okay, what the fuck? Hey, by the way, I wanted to mention, Gonzalo brought up Jorge Maromero Páez, and I got a picture of him here in his prime. Mullet.
I brought him up.
All right, sorry, you brought him up, yeah. Mullet. Here you have the picture here in his prime with a mullet and a motorcycle in the background. Doesn't get more late 80s Mexico than that. So shout out for that photograph and the memory. Also, guys, don't forget, I'm going to put on a StreamYard link if you want to give us a call and let us know what you think about this whole Canelo Triple G potential rubber match might be taking place on May 2021.
He beat Calvin Grove for the featherweight title in a really good fight. I mean, Maromero Páez was really he was good. I mean, he was pretty good. I'm not gonna say he was really, really good, like a great or anything, but he was good. He was entertaining. He had a good fight against Pernell Whitaker. He was competitive. Yep. He had some good fights.
If the topic isn't going anywhere, I'd like to maybe get a topic we could start listing off some fighters.
Actually, I was.
Well, we were actually going to go somewhere, and we pulled off a massive segue.
Yeah,
okay, yes. Okay, go back on topic. Don't let me fuck it up.
I wanted to mention something. Yeah, go ahead, Mark. What was the subject?
No, I'm not going to bring this back if you say you want to mention something, because then I'm going to bring this back to where we originally were.
Well, I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I was going to bring it. I was going to bring it back to Charlo, Canelo, Derevyanchenko.
You guys want to talk that?
Yeah, so where we were was we were up at 168. Remember, we were talking about who can Golovkin beat, and you were about to go through the division, the top 10, and you got to Danny Jacobs, and Gonzalo mentioned where he was. Like, is he there? Is he not? What's he doing?
Right.
Does he have a life? Does he still have cancer? Who knows?
No, he didn't say he still got cancer. But okay, let me bring that back up. So Dale Jacobs apparently 168 now. Lemieux, I mean, I tell you, I saw his last fight against the Ukrainian guy. He almost got taken out of there. It was a life and death with him. He still hits hard, but not as hard as 160, and he's a short guy for the division. So, but even then, a fight against him and Canelo would be fun. But I suspect most of what do you would you guys be happy with that fight, a Canelo Lemieux fight, considering everything that's going on in the world, or is that a cop out?
I'm always down to see Dave Lemieux get the piss beaten out of him.
I would rather John Ryder get that fight with Canelo than Lemieux.
Me too, but I just don't care.
I'm also interested to see if Lemieux lands that one shot, how fighters will react, because he's still got good power.
Do you think Lemieux hits harder than Triple G?
Yes. Yes, I do think punch for punch he does, but Triple G just lands more consistently. But the thing is, what makes it boring in the end is you just have to wait for that one moment, and that one moment might not come.
My thing is, who's Lemieux ever punched that was good?
It's not who he's punched, I think. I just think that just the way he delivers a shot, he's just really heavy-handed. He lands real thudding shots. The way he knocked out Curtis Stevens, maybe. Just the way he knocks people out, just think he's just really heavy-handed.
I don't know. I think Stevens was damaged by that point. I mean, you saw how fucking who's the African kid? Oh my God, what's his name? Omatoso. Omatoso fucking knocked his ass out. So after Triple G, he was damaged goods, you know.
You think Lemieux hits harder than Kovalev too? Gonzalo?
He left. He dropped out. But you know what? Shout out to Mike from Boston who says, wishing Gonzalo luck. My wife is on her third pregnancy after 2 miscarriages too. All right. Shout out to Mike from Boston, and thank you for the contribution and for the kind words to Gonzalo. Thanks a lot, man. Appreciate it.
I'll put it out there too, man. I'm an only child, man, and fucking I would have had some brothers and sisters.
Well, you got some brothers and sisters. You got you got a brother, a father, and a mother in Jesus Christ. So don't forget that, man. He's always there.
I was hoping you were gonna say, you got a lot of brothers here on the BDA panel, but you went to Jesus.
Well, Jesus is the main one, man. Jesus on the main line. Come on. By the way, so what were you guys saying this? Okay, so you're saying, yeah, Curtis Stevens was done. You believed, so you don't count that Lemieux.
Gary Spike.
You know what? Fernando Guerrero, he beat the crap out of Fernando Guerrero, who's a pretty solid guy. I mean, the way he knocks people out is impressive.
They fall on their faces. They get paralyzed and just fall.
Yeah, I just think Golovkin is better at setting it. I think Golovkin is better at setting it up. For example, the Marco Antonio Rubio fight, Lemieux couldn't get through Rubio, but then you see Golovkin only needed 2.5 rounds or 1.5 rounds to take him out. So, I can't
see Lemieux hurting or even landing cleanly on Canelo. He's too defensively solid and his chin's too good.
Amen.
Yeah, that could be it. I've spoken to some people here at my gym here in Canada, and they say, yeah, they don't think Lemieux touches him. I think if Canelo stands still and puts his hands up, I think he might, take some of the shots. But yeah, unless they get into an exchange and Lemieux catches him, it's gonna be pretty difficult, man. Because Lemieux has no jab. See, that's the difference between Golovkin and Lemieux. Lemieux is faster because he's younger too. But Golovkin has that pedigree, that IQ. He's got that jab from which he can set up his punches. Lemieux doesn't have that. He just jumps in and I'm not saying they're lucky punches, but he doesn't create as much of an opening as Golovkin does. What do you guys think?
Here, I'll put Lemieux to rest real quick. Lemieux can hit hard. He's got some good knockouts for sure. And he's a good-looking kid, so he's got an over. With the boxing public, and he sold tickets because he's a good-looking kid, But this is kind of dumb. From an entertainment standpoint, Lemieux was fucking finished because of how Billy Joe beat him. You know, the Billy Joe Saunders. Hold up. Because the Billy Joe Saunders highlight reel, you know, looking out in the crowd for, he missed a punch, and then he looks in the crowd for the punch. You know, Lemieux looks like shit now. He can knock out whoever from this point on, but he'll never pass a certain level because how Billy Joe.
Yeah. But what are you saying? Like, look, Billy Joe Saunders didn't put no punishment on him as far as like damage wise. He came back and knocked out Spike O'Sullivan. So I don't think he took his confidence away. I just think it's a weight issue. It's a weight issue and the fact that he's left-footed. Yeah, but you don't need to be special to beat Spike O'Sullivan. I agree. But, I mean, he still got the power. He knocked him out. What I'm saying is, I don't think that it was a confidence thing that got taken away from what are you guys fucking talking about? Lemieux, David Lemieux. It's not that. It's just the fact that he's rusty. He's out of shape. And he was never a great boxer to begin with. He's too flat-footed. He's only had the power.
I'm not saying it's a confidence thing. I'm saying it's a clear-cut line of a level that David Lemieux cannot pass. You know, if he goes against somebody who's a Billy Joe Saunders, he's not going to beat him. And Saunders made him look like a fool. So he can knock out all the Spike O'Sullivans and the Curtis Stevens that you put in front of him, but he's not going to get to the level of a Canelo, ever. He's not going to get to the level of I don't want to say Triple G, but
he made him look like a fool, but
how about Danny Jacobs? How about Danny Jacobs, David Lemieux? What do you guys think of that one?
One thing I have to add, he made him look like a fool, but people were saying that was a masterclass virtuoso performance by Billy Joe. I don't think it was.
No,
I don't think he landed as much punches, and it was such a clear and defining win to be put into like a great victory. No, he won. Okay,
Billy Joe Saunders is a bum-bashing, irrelevant fucktard.
All right, now we got Johnny Boy on the line, and he's going to.
Why is he even in the picture? In Revolution, you can give your heart to Jesus, but your ass belongs to me.
Ah, come on. Now we were done. I say we were done with the homosexual stuff, man.
You want my hairy ginger ass? You can have all of it you want, baby.
All right, fellas. I gotta put a stop to this right now because we have I told you guys the phone lines are down, but we do have the emergency backup on StreamYard. Let's see if I think we got Kevin. Kevin, are you there?
Hey, bro, this is Kevin.
You know what, people? Every time they talk about Canelo versus Triple G, it's always, Lil G, Canelo beat Triple G. They always try to disrespect him with the Lil G stuff. It's like they completely didn't even watch the fight. Triple G walked him down, beat him up in the first fight. The second fight, really close, really competitive, and I thought Triple G won. He was jabbing his face off. Canelo was the only one hurt in that fight. But for whatever reason, it seems like history just got rewritten, and I think Triple G just got his ass whooped or something. Pretty crazy how the narrative gets twisted. You guys agree?
It's true. It's true. They almost forgot about the fucking Adelaide bird, all that, you know. And how could you say, like, it's almost as if in the two fights, Triple G tried to do how Tyson Fury did to Deontay Wilder, where I'm going to outbox it. Hold up. No, he tried to do two different styles. You know, he came forward in the first fight. He went backwards in the second fight. But it was just so competitive. All right, Johnny, contradict me. Go ahead.
I just want to call in and say that, but I'll leave you guys to it.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a matter of like opinion, I think, like who you pick, who you favor. But that round where he did get hurt in the second fight, it's not enough to make it a 10-8 round. I mean, if Triple G won that round and the judges' scorecards, I mean, that's fair. He gets the round 10-9. And if you sum up all the rounds, yeah, it could have been a draw or GGG or Canelo could have either won, you know. But it's a matter of who you thought did better and who you favor as far as when you observed it. But as far as the judges, I don't think they got it wrong.
The second fight was the draw. The first fight was a robbery. There you go. One sentence answer right there kills everybody. That's it. The second fight was the draw. The first fight was the fucking robbery. Boom. Case closed.
Yeah, Canelo at best won 4 rounds, possibly 3.
Yeah, and the third fight is going to be the big payoff from the robbery. You know, they robbed him the first time. The second time, they got to, let everything kind of cool down. But in the third fight, they're going to go to the hideout and get their money that they've been, that's been buried away from everybody. It's been a 3-year fucking plan to get that kill on the record. And it's true what the caller said. It's true what the caller said, how, they've been rewriting history. This is all about, Triple G breaking his chin. That's all. They just want Canelo to be the guy that put Triple G on his ass for the first time ever and knocked him out. That's what they're building towards.
Well, that might be right.
Goddamn long.
Yeah, boxing is a business.
To be honest, that's what they wanted from Triple G. Be the first guy to put Canelo on his ass. It didn't work out that way.
Yeah,
they
man.
they would have made if the establishment wanted Triple G over Canelo, they would have made the fight way earlier. You know what I mean? How they put Canelo in there against Floyd when he was a little bit too young. They were looking out for Floyd in that.
You see, but this is the irony of things. This is why Canelo is considered a great fighter. This is why Canelo's considered a great fighter, because he beat Triple G.
Future fucking machine over here.
Yeah, what is that sound, man? Hold on.
The fucking DeLorean.
Was that Gonzalo or was that?
Probably D. Jefferson.
Yeah, I think it was D. Jefferson. He was getting into the cryo chamber.
Darth Vader was about to choke the shit out of somebody in here. What the fuck was that?
I think he was getting into the time machine. That's what he was doing.
I think that was the BDA gravy train that everybody contributes to.
I was on mute. It couldn't have been me.
No, we do.
That's
every
what
time
I'm
you
saying.
No, D, you weren't on mute at that time. You weren't. Not at that time.
Yeah, D. Jefferson's getting into the.
D's gone back in time. He's going to come back and see.
Canelo is considered a great fighter, I think, because he beat Triple G the second fight and he was able to go the distance with them. And that's why I think that GG is kind of underrated. In the end, we will understand that because Triple G went the distance the 2 times and he got robbed the first time, we're going to come to understand that Triple G is one of the greatest of all time. Because Canelo's already been held in that regard just because he went those 2 fights to the end against Triple G.
Maybe, man.
Which cracks me up when these guys try to put Triple G down. It's like, hey, you're putting Canelo down at the same time. If you're saying, oh, Triple G was old, then who did Canelo beat, really? That if you're saying Canelo took both of the fights.
Man, that's
the other one. The other one revolution is, well, Triple G sucks because he lost to Canelo. Well,
listen, nobody sucks. These people saying, oh, this guy sucks, that guy sucks, this guy's scared.
That's what I'm BDA. That's what I'm getting at, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, no, Canelo's a great fighter. He lost to a great fighter.
All right, hold on.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to rush through that because we got Kenshiro on the line. Kenshiro, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, dude. How you doing?
Hey, thank you for being on, man. What's on your mind?
Yeah, I mean the question when I sent them little funding earlier, when I said about Triple G should try to win a 168 belt prior to fighting Canelo to entice him. I mean, I generally think that in respect to the 168s, I think Triple G is one of the top 2 there, because in terms of, I think he beat Plant. Plant, I believe, has got like 5 knockouts. Smith, I wouldn't say he's obviously, he's like a better version of Rocky Fielding. Billy Joe Saunders, yeah, he's a good mover, but Triple G will keep coming forward, and I think he's better than Lemieux in terms of footwork and movement. I think Triple G can actually beat one of them. And yes, you look at Triple G's last fight, it was bad, but are we going to suddenly start saying that just because he had one bad fight, that is suddenly all downhill all of a sudden?
It's a good question, and it makes you, first of all, it begs a question. Did Triple G fight down to the level of a couple of these opponents? And I know a couple of people hate that phrase, fight down to the level. But, I mean, you got Steve Rolls, you got Derevyanchenko, different from a Canelo level. Do you think he was slacking at all?
No, I don't think that. I don't think that Derevyanchenko was a bad performance. I think it was a pretty good performance. I just think Derevyanchenko was really hungry to win a title. That was a very, very good Derevyanchenko. And Triple G, he performed well. He won the fight. It's just a combination of things. The fact that he fired Abel Sanchez, his wife is the manager of his boxing career. He's getting older, and if you combine those things, yeah, boxing is a business. He's trying to get that great payday, and they're gonna catch him when he's 39. I mean, but in regard to that, what you just mentioned, Kenchiro, I think it's just a combination of things.
Bucho, how was them things yesterday? A couple of laughs, dog. Or what? Yeah.
No, I'm good, man.
What happened? Did Bucho eat some acid or something?
No. Nothing.
Okay, all right.
That's for a private conversation. Yeah.
No.
Bucho ate some mushrooms. That's what he ate.
Taxer.
Were we talking boxing or were we talking Triple G?
We're talking tripping G.
Wait a second, bro. I listen, dog. This is another thing I'm sick of too with this whole fucking Canelo shit. Everybody's ducking Canelo. Caleb Plant's ducking him. Derevyanchenko's ducking him. Charlo's ducking him. Andrade. Or maybe he's just trying to lowball everybody so nobody's accepting the deal. Could that be it? I think so.
What about people realize they're not going to beat Canelo on the cards? They're not going to beat him in the courtroom. They're not going to beat him.
No,
that is true. That is true, Johnny, but there's good reason for that. He might be lowballing them, especially now because of the coronavirus, to like if they wait 1 year or two, instead of collecting 1 million, they could be collecting 4 or 5 million. So just get reason to wait.
I'm sure everybody at 160 and 160 is just ducking the shit out of them. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, obviously, bro, anybody in their right mind would take that deal with Canelo unless it's a completely shit deal. You're going to get all kinds of popularity from a fucking fight to begin with, and you're going to get a huge payday. So there'd have to be a pretty good reason why to turn that shit down. And you're telling me everybody at 160 and 168 doesn't want anything to do with them? Get the fuck out.
Depends how much he's getting offered. Yeah. If it's 500,000, 1 million, and they think they deserve more.
Well, hold on. With the way that boxing fans are today, if you get in the ring with Canelo, right, and he fucking rolls over you in 2-3 rounds, he just knocks you the fuck out. You know, a lot of the casual fans are going to say, "Oh, he was just another body on the record," and that's going to cut you down. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get over and get another fight after, just because you fought Canelo and you lasted X amount of rounds that you'll get a fight. You know, a lot of these guys, it's a risk going against Canelo if he beats you up quick. And then if you're not getting paid what you want on top of it, fuck it.
Well, it depends. That's where if you have the confidence in yourself and you consider yourself elite, and then you've been thrown around when your name gets mentioned, that you do represent that, like Billy Joe Saunders and Andrade, those guys, I think they could perform well and make it to the end.
Yeah.
But you're right about that Revolution. But it depends how confident you are in yourself.
Yeah, and it makes me hope that, next time on the BDA when we get an actual ex or even current pro boxer to come on and talk about, their experiences, like, how we had Soto Carras, we had Jesus Soto Carras, we had Andrade, Libretto Andrade. Next time we get some of those guys on here, let's ask them, what is the balance between, hey, I'm going to accept a high-level fight and I'm going to accept this money. You know what I mean? Because we're all here. It's very easy to say from our standpoint, I would take $350,000 to fight Canelo. I'd take $1 million to fight Canelo, whatever the fucking number is. But we're not really in there. I would really like to hear somebody say, I was offered a fight against, I don't know. I'm going to pull a name out of my ass here. Adonis Stevenson. I was offered a fight against Adonis Stevenson, but I understood I could probably get knocked out in 2 rounds. So I knew that could hurt my career, so I wanted this money.
Yeah. Well, that's the gamble that Triple G took. I mean, he wasn't making but $100,000 $200,000 until he fought Canelo. I might be wrong about that, but yeah, he wasn't making a lot of money. He was making peanuts.
But if you
Until
also
he fought Canelo,
yeah,
his stock rose, and now he's a billionaire.
yeah. But if you're also talking confidence, though, I mean, if you watch all of Triple G's fights when he was in Germany, he was rolling through those fucking guys. So if you're Triple G and you got 20 wins in Germany, knocking guys out in 2-3 rounds, and some good journeymen too. He had some good names on his record in Germany. You know, decent names rather. I shouldn't say good, but decent names. By the time you get to America, you're confident in your skill, and you're gonna say, "Hey, I'll take 100,000, 100,000, 350,000, whatever, to build myself up, just because I know I'm gonna win those fights. So fuck it, I'll beat a Proxka and a Rosado and a Lemieux on the way up to the Canelo." So with Triple G, like you said, it is about confidence. But, you know, I just would like to hear, you know, what some fighters actually would say, you know, mid-level fighters, because I would consider Triple G a top level.
Yeah,
I would like to hear a mid-level guy's perspective.
Hello?
Hey, BDA, I got to take off real quick, bro. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for being on, D.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you stopping by.
All right, guys.
Have
All
a good one, D. And there is a reason why BDA has a D in it. It's because of you, D.
That's what's up. All right, guys.
All right, what you saying? Can you leave too? No, I'm kidding. All right, Kenshiro. I'm kidding. Kenshiro, go ahead, man. You were gonna say something.
These nuts, revolution.
All right, go ahead, Kenshiro. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, it's like when Andy Ruiz fought AJ. Now he got a correct payday in the first fight. As soon as he beat AJ and the second fight came, how all the money started rolling in, and even if he lost, his name is still relevant now because he was the first man to beat AJ. That's another way to look at it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, this whole confidence thing, it's interesting. You know, we're all on the outside looking in when it comes to a fighter's mentality, fight to fight. Oh, I just beat the champion. Oh, I just took a big upset, you know? And that's something that I really like to wonder about and study, people's mindsets.
Yeah, but I mean, I generally feel is that who honestly at 168, forget Canelo we're talking about now, but who else at 168 would give Triple G a massive run for the money that, or you know, even if he fought, if it is possible, the weakest 168 guy just to get their belt to at least have some leverage when it comes to negotiating on the table against Canelo.
Oh shit!
To be honest, I wouldn't mind seeing John Ryder against Triple G. Just because he lost one time, he got knocked out in one round, doesn't mean that he's not improved, or that he still doesn't bring to the table what he did against Smith. That high engine, that work rate, you know, throw a lot of punches up in your grill. I would like to see how Triple G reacts to that type of style. Granted, if John Ryder don't get knocked out, I mean, he could put Triple G against the wall, because when you pressure Triple G, just like Canelo did, he doesn't find the space to throw his punches. He needs to get that mid-range to gauge his, aside from the jab. Yeah, the jab will be up in your face, like a ramrod. But, I mean, he does need that space, and I would like to see how John Ryder can negate that ability for Triple G to punch if he's successful for some rounds.
But how would that help Triple G at the negotiating table against Canelo after that then?
Oh no, he don't need no more leverage in his career. He's got all the leverage that he needs and that he can get. He's already reached the top.
Yeah,
he already did that for himself.
Triple G has the leverage in the sense of, hey, do you want to be the first guy to knock me out? Go for it.
No, Triple G is one of the biggest superstars in boxing. Top 5.
Yeah, of course. But he's also got that never been stopped, never even been dropped. So if you're a John Ryder and you come in there and you throw a lot of punches and you could get a flash knockdown, that's going to give you some stock.
No, yeah, but as far as Triple G, he could go straight into a Canelo fight. He don't need no leverage. All he has to do is face his mandatories, and he could even take tune-ups, but he's going to get a lot of backlash from the boxing community and the fans if he takes a lot of tune-ups. We don't want to see tune-ups no more because he's old. He's also got to take advantage of his his prime, which is no more. He's at the end of his prime. He's got to take advantage of the last years he's got as an older man. You can't waste him away taking tune-ups. We want to add to his legacy.
Yeah,
That's what we want to see.
But what I'm thinking is that it seems to me that Canelo is enticed by belts right now. So to get Canelo to get enticed by you, that's what I'm saying. Should he need a belt to say, look, obviously you're too scared, or for whatever reason nobody's accepting the fights against you. I've got a belt. Do you want to unify this one then?
Canelo's enticed by money and pussy right now. So whoever brings the most money is gonna. No, but seriously, because who else is out there that brings more money than Triple G right now?
No one.
Yeah, it's whoever. Right. It's whoever. And once again, like I said, it's that name. I was the first one to knock down Triple G or knock out Triple G.
Yeah, or stop.
You know,
see, that's the problem. That's the problem that GGG was facing in his career. First, he had to make a name for himself and come to America. He had promotion. Yeah.
Yeah, let Kenshiro speak. Hold on. Yeah, let Kenshiro go ahead.
Am I right in thinking Canelo's never been knocked down either?
He very well could be. Yeah.
He's never been knocked down, but throughout their career, it's been more of a note that Triple G has a granite chin than Canelo has a granite chin. You know, if we're talking the story of the fight, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. No, that's true. That's absolutely true. Has Bucho spoken yet? Because I saw he jumped on, but I don't know if he...
fuck Bucho. He's a co-host. We're the panelists.
That's
we
true.
Gotta speak for him.
That's true.
All
right.
What was you saying, Bucho? What did you say in the chat, dog? I didn't know what you were saying.
I don't think Bucho. Anyway, hold on. Before we continue, let me bring in Virtuoso, who's also been on the line. Virtuoso, are you there?
Te amo, Bucho. Te amo.
Virtuoso.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, what's up, man? What's on your mind, man?
Mariposa.
No, I mean, I'm kind of like not really digging a third fight, the rubber match. I mean, 2021 is again. It all depends on on where we at in terms of fans coming in to see the fight. You know, it'll be great viewing experience to watch it live. But are they really serious about it? Having this fight at 168? As a matter of fact, is Canelo serious about having a big fight at 168? I don't know. That's yet to be determined. Being that the only super middleweight he's fought was Rocky Fielding, I believe.
Was it Rocky Fielding?
Yes.
Well, this is what Canelo said about Golovkin right after he beat Sergey Kovalev. He says, "It's not a challenge for me. We fought 24 rounds and I beat him. But if he represents the business, then why not?" First of all, I don't like when guys win a decision, especially when it's a close decision, and then they act like they got an advantage over the other guys. Like you didn't beat him up. You didn't dominate him. Neither of these guys have done. Well, actually, you could make the argument that Golovkin did dominate Canelo in the first fight, but the point remains: Canelo knows there's unfinished business there. So
it's not Fury-Wilder 2.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
Those were two very close fights.
I would like to watch that fight for a third time without no audience so I could hear how thudding Golovkin's punches are.
Yeah, that's true with all this coronavirus shit going on. All the matches that have been happening with the coronavirus, you hear a lot more. And I like that. You hear the corners calling out instructions, you hear the shots, you hear the referee. I'm digging it.
And especially if Canelo gets...
That's why the Japanese don't cheer a lot. And when you see these mixed martial arts events, they're very quiet because they want to hear the impact of the strikes.
Yeah,
very sadistic.
Can y'all hear that? Hold on, let me do it. Yeah, that sound right there, that fucking that crack.
Oh, the kicks, yeah. Yeah. But you know what? It's interesting because some of you guys are saying, I know Johnny Boy's been on the warpath recently saying that boxing sucks, blah, blah, blah. But it's interesting. You can't please everybody because they had the UFC this past Saturday and apparently did great numbers. Jorge Masvidal stepped in at the last minute to fight Marty Usman, which was the fight that everybody wanted to see at the division. And it turned out to be... Yeah, Marty Kamaru, whatever. And he said...
Put some respect on his name.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But anyway, the fans now, there was a little bit of a backlash for people saying that the fight sucked. Kamaru Usman was just grappling, trying to pin him against the cage, stomping on his toes. Masvidal wasn't in the greatest of shape. So just goes to show you give people what they want. And even then, it's not going to please everybody.
Revolution. Hold on.
No, Johnny, don't get me going.
Hold on.
I will allow you to go.
What the fuck?
I will. I'm allowing you.
Anyways, I was just gonna say. Now watch this.
Yo, BDA.
Yes, Kenshiro.
I'm off the bed, bro. It's about midnight. I'll catch you later.
What the
Thank you very
fuck,
much.
dog?
Hold on, because I think he's gotta go. I think he's gotta go. Go ahead, Kenshiro. Say what you want to say.
Yeah. No, I'm saying I'm off to bed now, dude. It's midnight here in London. So, but thank you very much for having me on your show today.
Thank you for being on, man. Appreciate it. Have a good night.
See you next time, brother.
Good night,
All right.
corruption. All right, now Johnny, you go.
Now, Johnny, now you
Hey,
can.
that sounds like a Japanese sword, Kenshiro.
Okay, wait.
Now watch this. Okay.
Sounds pretty
Now, I
badass.
know how everybody's. Now I agree. The fight did suck.
All right.
Anybody who watches the fights know that all of Usman's fights suck. It's like, and even to this day, BDA. I was just talking about this on my own shit. Even to this day, people that don't know their boxing come up to me and they're like, "Man, that Floyd Pacquiao fight was the worst fight I ever seen." Blah 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 blah. Yeah, well, that's because you never watched a Floyd fight before. They're all like that. Just like some of you's never seen an Usman fight before. They all suck. It's the same kind of thing.
Just to think that Masvidal wanted to throw hands and Kamaru Usman wanted to throw toes.
And that's what Usman does in all of his fights. Sits on his opponents. It's boring and it goes into decisions.
Little bit of trivia for you guys, and I might be doing some live streams on my channel, because on my channel we don't give a fuck about copyright. We'll run a live stream. Hold up, what up?
Just get the fuck out of the stream now, man. Fuck. No,
Nah, he's kidding. He's kidding.
Where did that come from, Gonzalo?
Yeah, where did that come from? What the fuck? Wait a minute. Now I'm interested. You're not gonna.
Yeah, what is this?
You're not gonna obey the copyright laws, or is that what you're saying?
I don't obey on my channel. We don't obey copyright. We just kind of watch some things on a live stream, and then a couple hours later, I'll delete it. You know what I mean? I don't fucking put shit up to. It's just up. We hang out. I take it down right away. Point is, we could watch some of these old UFCs because I'm a big fan of the old UFCs. And I don't know. I didn't see the Masvidal Usmani fight. But Johnny, you're saying there was toe stomping. What? They were stomping toes. I was going to drop a little trivia. Say the first guy to implement that tactic was Marco Huas, and that was against Paul Varlins, the polar bear.
That's right.
And, I'm very proud of him. I'm very proud of him.
He was the first guy to throw in, "Hey, we're up against the wall of the cage. We're grappled. Nobody's doing nothing. I'm gonna stomp on your fucking foot, man. I'm gonna."
The thing with Revolution BDA, he drags out his words too much. He uses the announcer voice like, "Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you something." He's worse than fucking listening to Mark Kriegel.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wow.
I try to make my shift sound professional, Gonzalo. I try to.
Yeah, I'm no better because my voice is always going out.
You sound like
You got me good, Gonzalo. Today you got me.
You sound like Captain Spaulding on Devil's Rejects taking people on the roller coaster ride. Revolution. Hey guys, everybody.
Revolution.
Yeah.
Revolution. Can you do a Cheech Marine from Dusk Till Dawn?
For who? What?
Cheech
Marine from Dusk.
Yeah, Cheech Marin from Dusk Till Dawn. Pussy, pussy, pussy. I can't do it, but that's the line. Pussy, pussy, pussy. Come on down.
Next time I'm on, I'll do it.
Bloody pussy, hairy pussy, young pussy.
I've never seen that movie, but I will watch it. Next time I'll be back and I'll try it.
He's never seen.
They try to wrap it up a little sooner. Revolution.
Okay, all right.
Keep your conversation a little more.
Yo, you got smoked today, man.
All right. Get to the fucking point.
He's never seen from Dusk Till. He's never seen from Dusk Till Dawn, man.
Shame on you!
All right, listen. I wanted to bring something up here, which was moving away from the Canelo, the trifecta of Charlo and Derevyanchenko and whatever, quadruple, whatever you want to call it, because there was a little bit of a boxing drama going on these past 4 days. Gervonta Davis, as many of you know, has not kept himself in the greatest of shape. Came in Instagram and all these other platforms looking a little bit too chubby, if you get what I mean. He's not in the greatest of shape. So he decided to spar Ivan Redkach, who, as you all know, is more or less a welterweight, junior welterweight these days. Well, they decided to spar, and Gervonta Davis released just a couple of clips of him getting the best of Redkach, and so I think we can show this. Well, Lucian, you're more the copyright expert. I mean, can we show this even if it's from a...
Run it, baby. It's on YouTube. Run it. Fuck them.
All right, so here it is, man.
All right, so here we got Tank and we got Redkach. Who's in what? Okay, so Redkach is the white guy.
Redkach is the guy with the weird shorts, and Davis is the guy with the blue headgear.
Redkach. It reminds me of my dog, Redkach.
So as always, with Tank Davis, you get the cheerleaders in the background, oohing and eyeing everything.
Yeah, the bitch
now,
boys.
Yeah, now this clip was about a minute. See how it's edited too? It's edited. So the point is, Redkach did not care about that at all. At all. I mean, there's a saying between fighters and boxers that what stays in sparring, or what happens in the gym stays in the gym, especially sparring.
True.
So, Redkach didn't like it that Davis put that clip. So now Redkach came back after that video was posted, and he said, "Hey, I don't like that. How about we do it on Instagram live, no cuts, and we see what happens." So Tank Davis replied, "Hold on, let me pull up the quotes here because I got them quotes here for you guys." Ivan Redkach trashes Tank Davis for not showing up for sparring. So apparently they this Monday they had a date to spar. Well, not a date, but like a meeting of minds, and fists, and fucking Gervonta Davis didn't show up. Apparently this is what happened. He says, Gervonta said, "Redkach, hey, I'm running a little late, but I'm coming. Be ready." Redkach said, "I was waiting for you at the gym for sparring from 10 to 11 a.m. You didn't come. You know that sparring takes place in the morning. I feel bad for your fans, for our fans, that you did not give them a chance to see the real sparring and not just those 30 seconds. So then Tank replied, "I didn't even spar you at 10 or 11 the first time we sparred. We sparred at 2. I'm not even a morning person to even get up that early. You're a bitch who spars at 10 in the morning. What the fuck? I don't get up that early. Even Floyd doesn't, and he's one of the greats." All right, so that argument does... What?
I say get the fight. Hey, neither guy proved a point. Let's get the fucking real sparring match on. I like this.
All right, here. Now, let me tell you something real quick, dog. What the fuck? Even if Tank Davis was whooping his ass and Redkach is a fucking bum, who cares, dog? Who gives a fuck?
Did you hear any? I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying? What relevancy does that even have?
I don't think he's a bum, Johnny. I think he's a pretty good fighter. And the reason that I don't think it matters because it's sparring. You're not going to get an L or you're not going to get a win. It's just sparring. It means nothing. Yeah. It means perfecting your game, working on your craft. Yep. And it means absolutely nothing to anybody aside them getting the training.
But at the same time, that's a great point because I agree 100% with you. I think in this day and age with social media, there should be a few more sparring gym wars that mean a little more. If two guys are in the gym, if they're sparring, they're close.
It's never going to mean anything. It's never going to mean anything. Only what it means to you bettering your craft because that's not going to. The only thing that means something is an actual fight that gets put on paper, gets set on a box rec, and defines your record and your career. Nothing else means anything but to you and your team.
The point I'm making is, though, if boxers in this day and age are a little more, loose with potentially looking bad, these two guys could say, hey, you know what? We're going to get a little fucking sparring war going, a little 4-rounder, 6-rounder, whatever the fuck. And we're going to go at it, and we're going to put it out there, and the people could judge for however they want to judge, but we're going to settle this shit outside of the professional realm. You know what I mean? And Tank Davis was a little more secure with potentially looking bad, getting whooped by somebody in sparring and then putting it out on the internet.
Sometimes you have to look bad to be able to work on your craft, just like James Tunney did. Because if you're too concerned with appearances and training, then you're never going to get better because all you're looking at is about trying to preserve yourself and not look like a fool instead of actually going in there and working on something. That doesn't mean anything.
That's a great point. A lot of these young dudes coming up, a lot of these, PBC cats that we criticize, that they've been protected, they should put up online a lot more of their sparring wars or their gym wars, and even ones that they've lost. Because they don't really mean anything. It's not the professional record, but put that shit out there. Show people you're trying. Show people you're training. It'll give you a little bit more legitimacy, I think. If
No, because just because it doesn't mean anything doesn't mean that you have to let other people know, because that kind of creates to the fans. They have the aura that if you're invincible, you want to represent that you are invincible. But it doesn't mean that you have to exhibit yourself. I mean, just because you lose in the gym doesn't mean that you have to tell the world that you lost in the gym.
Okay,
it just
good
means
point.
you keep it private.
But in this case, like in this specific case here between Redkach and Tank, they should settle.
Well,
fuck it, because they both went back and forth publicly. You beat me, I beat you, da da da. Fucking have a sparring session, settle it, and then move on with your career.
Well, Tank broke the code, so apparently that's what's going to be happening now on. These guys are going to be breaking the code.
There you go.
Hey, cool.
Interesting point. He broke the code. I like it. I like that fucking
That's
point.
a good.
You could sell a fucking little boxing match on that, and you don't have to go to the PBC with it. Have it be on Twitch. You could put this shit on Twitch. Stream it on Twitch. Have a little fight. Sparring.
The point is
gym
this,
match.
man. The point is this. That's a good idea, but the fundamental point is Tank Davis, like you guys said, broke the code. And then when they said, "Hey, let's spar again and do it live," he said no. He didn't show up. He says, "I don't spar in the morning." All right. Well, then at what time did they in fact decide to spar and he didn't show up? Because apparently Redkach told him online, "Hey, I'm waiting for you," and Tank Davis replied, "I'm almost there." That didn't stop there, by the way, because Redkach says, Gervonta is just a sparring session. It's not a fight. If you want to fight with me, let's do it 140 pounds. I'll show you a real fight. Believe me. Then Tank Davis said, "You're a tune-up fight for everybody, dummy. And I advise you not to take that fight with Sean Porter because he's not going to kill you. You can't hit, nor can you
that's
take
what
a
I was
punch."
meaning to ask. It's like, have you heard any rumors about that? Because I just learned about this yesterday.
Well, apparently, yeah, they're probably working on it. The PBC, they need to get back on track because they haven't put on any fights. Golden Boy and Matchroom, they're gonna put on fights, but the PBC has yet to. Well, actually, I think they did announce a couple of. I think Luis Neri is gonna be fighting soon. But then Redkach said you could not beat Grandfather Gamboa with one leg. What are you talking about? Noting only 30-second round 4, total 6. You were very tired. No problem. Stay focused. Believe me. Remember karma. So at the end of the day,
Boa.
And you quoted Tank in saying that he doesn't get up in the morning. See, that alone tells me that he doesn't really take care of his body. That's why he's fat.
Right.
Fuck me, dude. He was little Paulie was with the go. Fucking car never came.
Exactly.
Left him outside of the house like an asshole. Fucking 11-degree weather over here.
I follow Redkach on Facebook, and I've been watching him for a while. One thing about Redkach, he stays training, and he trains under Larry Mosley, Shane Mosley's father, and sometimes he trains with Shane Mosley himself.
Mm-hmm.
So at 147, I don't think Redkach is that dangerous, but at 140, I mean, we're talking about Tank Davis. He's a 135-pounder. This is the biggest fighter he will ever have faced at this point. So, I mean, don't take Redkach lightly because Tank Davis is moving up in weight if they do fight. And this guy stays training. He's a decent fighter.
That's a good point. By the way, Redkach.
We could get him on the show, too. Remember, I had mentioned that to you before, Mr. BDA. But since he speaks Russian, I don't know if we would be able to
I don't know if that could work.
Listen, if you're past the age of 22 or 23 and you think getting up at 10 in the morning is a fucking problem, then you're a bum. Simple.
That's another good point. And by the way, Tank Davis didn't look all that great in it.
When you snort as many lines and drink as many wines as a kid,
Well, listen.
Well, that also depends. That also depends.
Don't even. My drug experiences far outproceed yours, Revolution. Don't even get me started.
The fact is, Tank Davis didn't look.
Decide to wake up late.
The fact is, hold on, guys. The fact is, Tank Davis looked like he looked fat in there. He had a big white T-shirt on, and even then, you could tell he wasn't in shape. So he showed us essentially.
Fat.
Essentially, he showed us about.
Bitch is coming in here making us all look bad.
I don't have the quote here, so I can't play it. So you already said it for me. But he was out of shape in there, and he only showed you the best clip, so it is a bit of a low blow in a way. Virtuoso, you want to say something a while back, I think.
No. I'm good.
Okay. Well, that's like I said. That's the Tank Davis thing. Now, you know what? I'm curious. I want to read what people have to say about this over at Boxing 24, where I posted this gossipy thing. Somebody says,
fat.
Tank Davis is a lowlife. If you didn't know it before, you know it now. Somebody says, big mouth idiot didn't even show up. Well, that's about sums it up. I don't say it unless you can back it up. I bet he wishes he'd never posted the sparring session. Now it's backfired on him. If you watch the sparring video, as soon as Tank got the better of him, he left the ring before the round was over. Somebody says Tank is a complete asshole, and so on and so forth. I think you guys get where this is going.
Hey, look, if somebody's calling you out, and they want to spar, and the whole routine, man, if sparring starts at 10 in the morning, I'm getting there at 7 in the morning. You know what I mean? So I'm there when my opponent shows up. Oh, you ready? All right, I've been warming up all day. Let's go. You know what I mean? You don't pull no shit like Tank Davis. And look, I get up every day. Probably about 11. I woke up today at 12:30 p.m. You know what I mean? I stay up late. But point is, if you're really training like I should be,
maybe you should stop. Maybe you should stop posting copyright stuff on your streams and get some sleep, man, because you got to get those 7 hours in. That's my point of view.
I ain't no sleep when you're sniffing lines at 1 p.m.
I'm not sniffing lines. What's the matter with you?
AM, PM, whatever.
All right. Well, listen. When it comes to that, it's again. I remember when Chris Eubank posted a video of him knocking somebody out. I remember thinking, people, I think it was on Sky Sports or on Boxing Nation. I think they were talking about how that's not done. It breaks the code. But now it seems like some of these guys, everybody's got a phone now. Everybody has an Instagram account, Facebook account, Twitter account, and these guys just love to post videos of themselves sparring or hitting the bag, and it just seems like there's no respect anymore for now that's between those guys. My point of view, and I think Robert Garcia said this in a video once. He says, he was with a guy at another gym, one of his guys at another gym, sparring some other dudes, and I think somebody pulled out a camera or something. And one of the trainers went, hey, no cameras. And then Robert Garcia said, well, fuck, I can get the full fights from the guy, my guy sparring from YouTube. You know what I mean? The full fights. I mean, but then again, the counter argument is probably, well, they're sparring, they're working on some stuff. They don't want there's two ways of looking at it. But yeah, man, don't post edited footage and then try to make it out as if you kicked the guy's ass. Because,
it's true. And if anybody on here has been, when I say on here, I mean the panel or the chat. Anybody's been in kind of a group where, I don't know, week to week you play poker or you play any kind of fucking game. You know what I mean? Anything that you're competing in regularly with people, you goof around a little bit, you fuck around a little bit. You stop taking wins and losses so seriously. And that's how I see boxing in the gym atmosphere. If me and you were sparring, hey, if you whoop my ass, part of it could be because I will let you whoop my ass because I'm trying some new shit out. And anybody who's been in an environment like that where you're competing with people on a friendly level, you should respect that. Sometimes, hey, I'm going to come into the ring with you. I'm going to fight southpaw. I'm an orthodox fighter, but I'm going to come in, I'm going to spar with you southpaw, and I'm going to get my fucking ass beat, but I'm going to learn something. So don't go and start bragging to people, oh, I beat his ass and showing video. So
okay.
All right, Gonzalo, cutting me off. Gamesmanship is the word. Gamesmanship.
But it's a good point because I mean, it's interesting when guys spar. Sometimes professional fighters they have a bad day and it sticks in their craw, and then they come back the next day or 2 days later, and then they get the best of the other guy. But it's not as bad as losing an actual fight. Then again, in the 1950s, 60s, when guys were having 70, 80 fights on the record, a loss didn't mean all that much. I mean, look at Sugar Ray Robinson. He would lose sometimes in a non-title fight here or there. He would come back better and blast the other guy out. But that's the problem now. Everybody's so gung-ho about protecting their image. Oh, he's got a loss. We got to protect this guy. We don't want him losing. Oh, this guy looked bad in sparring. It happens. Nobody's invincible every day, man. I mean, look at Floyd Mayweather. He had that there's still that video circulating of him with Paul Spadafora. It's even Mayweather had that bad day. So
And you know what? I won't even talk long on it. But look at every fucking team sport: football, hockey, baseball, everything. These motherfuckers, if you're shooting over a 50% win ratio, you're doing good. You know what I mean? Every fucking hockey team, baseball team, you're going to take losses in the season.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with boxing, you take one loss. Now we got to look at the guy differently because he took a loss. You know, it shouldn't be that way.
That's right.
That's true.
That's why when Johnny Boy, when you said, "Oh, Ivan Redkach is a bum," you know, he's not a bum. He's a solid fighter. He's I think at one point he was a top 10 lightweight, I believe. But obviously he's not the best out there. He's a top 20 guy, but he's no bum. See, when you use the bum, I know what you were trying to get at here, but there's other people out there that this guy's a bum, that guy's a bum, and they really mean it, and they don't understand how hard it is to even get to the level of a guy like Redkach.
Oh, you're right.
How can
right.
you?
Jesus Christ, Revolution. Hang on 1 second, bro.
I'll allow you to go.
What? Anyways, I was going to say, I agree, BDA. I'm exaggerating. He's a fucking bum.
I mean, how, Johnny, how are you going to call a guy a bum when he fought to a split decision with the great Argenis Mendez?
I mean, I fought to a great decision with the fucking guy at the Shell gas station. I wasn't speaking my language, so we started fighting. And then, I mean, he got a couple of licks in there before the cop showed up, but I still feel I won the fight.
Have you seen Argenis Mendez's head? That thing's the size of a fucking toilet bowl.
Bro, this guy's head was the size of a fucking cash register.
Ivan Redkach register.
Hey, by the way, guys, did you see what's his name? No, actually, I don't want to give him any clout because I think he's schizophrenic. But yeah, like I was saying, man, with sparring, man, it's you gotta keep that in line, man. You gotta keep that in line. Hold on a second.
Agree.
Yeah. Oh, Rich Rosso, you still there, man?
Yeah, I'm still here, man.
Wait, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, we fucking. Oh, by the way, we got a special guest here. We got a special guest coming in. Slugger Sam coming in. He says he's got tons of experience with sparring. I don't see him. Anyway, but listen. Yeah, so that was one of the pieces of news that I wanted to talk about. And, some people are seeing Tank Davis. I guess Tank Davis, because he hasn't had any clout yet. He hasn't had any good publicity. It's all been negative for the most part. He has not, of course, had a fight or an impressive fight. So I suppose he felt the need to. Hey, let me put there. Hold on a second. No, we can't hear you, Slugger Sam. You gotta come in there with your microphone and everything.
Come on, Slugger.
All right, but yeah, do you guys think that's what happened with the Tank Davis? That he? Oh, okay. We got Mark now back. Mark, no, that's not Mark. What the
Bye,
fuck?
Mark.
All right, listen, but do you think that's what happened with? All right. All right, but Slugger Sam, you gotta mute your speakers or whatever because we hear yourselves in the background.
Jesus. Hey.
Okay, he's got the speakers on. Slugger Sam, you gotta. I'm gonna tell him on the Discord here.
He's good. He's good.
He's good? Okay. Yeah, we can hear you, man.
Hey,
we can hear you.
Slugger Sammy of the Jerky Boys. Hey, how you doing?
Hey guys, listen. I'm not gonna take up a lot of your time. I just want to tell you, I'm pissed off because the other day, what was it, Thursday or whatever, that cocksucker Hefe called and he fucking jinxed the whole video. You remember? They shut it down because of him. So I'm just calling to curse his fucking life. Listen, hold on a second. Hold on. Let me finish talking. If you guys ever let that cocksucker Hefe back on here again, I swear to God, I'm going to lose my shit. That cocksucker jinxed the whole channel.
Thank you, Slugger Sam. Good man, bro.
No, listen. You don't believe me? As soon as that cocksucker got on, your video got taken down. What was it, Thursday or Friday or whatever? You guys remember?
No, I don't remember.
Oh, my God. This is incredible.
Listen, are you guys serious right now? You tell me you don't remember that cocksucker Hefe jinxed us.
I'm dead serious here, Slugger.
But I don't remember which video you're talking about that got taken down. I mean, I know I let him in.
You remember he called the other day, that cocksucker. He called. You don't remember?
Yeah, I remember he called, but I remember him. I don't remember the video getting shut down.
You remember you had problems. You had problems with the phone lines. You had problems with the video. It kept getting shut down. What I'm telling you is he jinxed us. That guy's a fucking snitch. He's a snitch. He called the YouTube police on us, and he got us taken down.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Walk it off, man. Walk it off. Don't worry about it.
Listen. Stop putting him on here because he's taking the videos down.
Well, listen,
Sam, I just want to tell Sam this one thing. I appreciate every word you're saying, and I've been telling everybody else on every other fucking channel the same thing. He brings nothing but negativity. I couldn't agree more with you, Sammy. Well said.
And I would like to add to that, Slugger Sam, I know who you are in real life. You are Kamal Ahmed from the Jerky Boys. I know who you are. You're Jocko Johnson, and hey, my old lady left me, and I want her fucking house torn down. Her house is a little black house on the corner of Queens and 123rd. I want it torn down. I know the prank phone calls you've called me on. I know who you are.
Revolution, don't make me fucking fire you down the roof. Don't make me do that to you.
Yes, he knows who I'm talking about.
Listen, I swear to Slugger. Revolution, I swear to God, I'll fucking wrap you around like a ranch. Don't fucking talk to me like that.
He knows who I'm talking about. I love you, Slugger Sammy.
You cocksucker, you.
All right, fellas. So, but hey, what do you think about that? Tank Davis posting that. What's his name?
Listen, I think. Listen.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, fellas, let me be honest with you. I'm born the same year as that cocksucker Davis. I'm born '94 as well. But the difference is,
you sound 86.
Listen, fellas. My brain is like I'm born '74. Tank Davis's brain is like he's born 2004. He's still a child. You know what I mean? The guy hasn't really matured. He's still every little thing amazes him, and he's got to take a picture of everything. You know what I mean?
Wait a minute. You were born in 1994. How old are you? How old does that make him? 26?
Well, he's still 25. He's got a late birthday. He's 25. I'm already 26.
You sound like you're 47, man.
Listen,
Yeah,
BDA,
man.
you take that back. Listen, you take that back. Right? Swear to God, I take the first flight down to Canada. You're not gonna like what's gonna happen. You take it back, you.
All right.
Well, you ain't coming in.
All right, hold on. I didn't mean anything by that. I was just saying you sound like a more mature person than what your apparent age. That's all I was saying.
Well, listen. Here's the thing. I don't think it's that I'm so mature. It's just I think when I got people like Tank Davis that are my age that act like they're 10 or 12, it just so happens to make me look more mature. You know, Tank Davis. The sad thing is he's going to be a 45-year-old man acting like Floyd, still. Acting like a teenager. I mean, look at Floyd Mayweather. He's 43. He's still acting like a teenager, you know? Some of these guys, they don't mature, unfortunately.
That's a good point. Some of these guys don't mature, man. Some of these guys, they just want...
Listen. I noticed you guys... I'm just going to say one more thing, and I got to get going, fellas. I don't want to take up more of your time. I know you fellas are busy. I see the channel says Canelo-GGG. We could have that. Just don't let that cocksucker bird bitch be the judge again, and we'll be perfectly fine.
All right. And Slugger Sam, before you go, can you say New Jersey for me, please?
New Jersey.
All right, there you go. I thought it was going to be Jersey, but yeah, close enough. All right, thank you, Slugger Sam. Thank you. Anything else you want to say, though?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, I swear to God, one last thing. You ever bring Hefe back on here again?
Forget about him.
It's not going to be pretty.
Yeah, forget about it. Listen, we were trying to have fun here. We're not trying to create drama or anything. So we want to talk boxing. That's all we want to do.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Then take the drama king out of here. Get him out of here.
You got it, man. Just for you, Slugger Sam. If I'm going to do it for anybody, it's going to be for you, my man.
How about this? I'll make you a deal. I'm not bullshitting you. I will give you $1,000 super chat to never let that cocksucker on here again. $1,000 super chat.
I'll
put my money where my mouth is.
I don't think you can give $1,000 super chat. I think there's a cap or something. But anyway, I appreciate the sentiment.
BDA, if he follows through, you got to split it 75-25 with me.
What? 75-25? What's the matter with you?
You take 3/4, man. I got you a lot of super chats past month.
Shut up. No, you didn't. All right, listen. What was I going to say?
Well, it doesn't matter how much if they allow 200 at a time, then I'll give you 5 payments.
Well, that's
But you
fantastic,
gotta-
Slugger Sam. But what I would rather
Huh?
you do, what I would rather you do is to spread the BDA gospel amongst the people where you're at, so that more and more people can listen to the show and enjoy it.
All right, I guess I could do that for you. I could do that.
Fantastic, fantastic. That's all we need, man. Thank you.
All right, fellas, you take it easy, all right?
All right, take it easy, Slugger Sam. That was a one.
Yo, BDA.
Yes, Revolution. Go ahead.
No, this ain't Revolution. It's Virtuoso.
I mean, Virtuoso. Sorry, I'm getting confused now. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
it's okay, man. If I were you, I wouldn't take those payments, man. I think he wants you to whack El Jefe.
Yeah, I think that was he was speaking in, that was what he was saying in code. He was saying, "You take care of him for me, $1,000."
Hey, listen here. Hey, I'm gonna get you $1,000, and I never want to hear from El Jefe again. You know what I'm
What's funny?
saying?
I gave Sam the Slugger. I gave that speech on about 9 different fucking channels. I said the exact same fucking thing. Jesus, why, God?
We'll forget about it. Forget about it. It's in the past, man. It's in the past. But so yeah, man. So listen, we talked about Canelo. We talked about that Tank Davis thing. It was a good little conversation. I liked it. We're gonna have to move on. But anything
What about
else you
King
got?
Ryan, BDA?
King Ryan. Well, what about him? What is it? He's still complaining, right?
Yeah.
Fuck him.
King Ryan.
Yes, bitch.
Well, we'll see what happens. Most importantly, what's he gonna end up doing? Taking the Campbell fight, or taking a serious fight, or what's he gonna be doing?
It's a good question, man. Because here's the thing with Garcia. He does have a lot of followers on YouTube. Now, whether he can convert that into actual viewers for his fights, it's something that I'm not still clear on. I mean, for Pete's sakes, 2 years ago, he was fighting on Facebook or Facebook Live or whatever it was. And I mean, no channel picked it up. And he has the goal to complain about payments. Now, almost everybody's complaining about payments. I mean, I know Terence Crawford said he wasn't going to take a pay cut despite the whole COVID thing. Ryan Garcia's talking about complaining about the pay. Who else is there? There was another guy. Oh yeah, Andrade now saying he doesn't want to take a pay cut. He says, "Hey, take money away from fucking what's their names? Joshua and Golovkin and Canelo, and get paid some of the up and coming guys." So everybody's complaining about the paydays, man.
Billy Joe Saunders. Yep.
By the way, did who dropped off here? La Revolution dropped off. All right.
Thank God.
No, come on.
Come on, man. He's cool.
What's here? He's running something here. Oh no, that's King Benny. What's the
You said he dropped off, and I got happy.
Come on, man. Come on, guys. Man, I'm getting a little tired here, but yeah, listen, I think we're gonna end it. But thank you guys for joining us. Really appreciate it. I want to give a shout out to Unrivaled Boxing Talk, aka Mark, T. Jefferson, who was here as well, Gonzalo, King Benny, aka Johnny Boy, Slugger Sam, of course, was here, Revolucion, Virtuoso called in, Kenshiro as well, Kevin from Chicago was in there as well. Thank you guys for joining us. Really appreciate it. And maybe, you know what? I don't know. Maybe a second renaissance in a couple of minutes. I don't know. No promises, but we'll see. Because I mean, we lost a lot of people here today. I mean, a lot of people dropped off afterwards. So just doing one myself, I don't really feel like it. But we'll see what happens. Thank you guys for joining us. Really appreciate it. Gonzalo.
Thanks. I have to go work here. It's daytime in the Philippines, but Revolution sucked the life out of me.
Oh, come on, man.
Anyways, have a good evening.
Man, Gonzalo's mean today, man. Jeez Louise. He's preparing for being a father and disciplining his son. You disappointed me. Sucking the life out of me. You're my son. Jeez.
That's right. Hope you don't turn out to be a redhead too.
Okay, that's enough, man. Now you're punching him while he's down, man. Come on. He's not even here.
Yeah, redheaded stepchild, fucking Revolution, Canelo fucking anger issues.
Canelo anger issues. What are you talking about? All right, listen, thanks guys for joining us. Really appreciate it. Let me go real quick here. The chat, super chats. Want to give a shout out to Mike P on Rival Boxing Talking News, John Gonzalez, Kenshiro, and Virtuoso, who's here on the line with us. Thank you guys for your contributions. Really appreciate it. I'm gonna try to get to the bottom of this StreamYard, not StreamYard, the Blog Talks. I don't know why the last 2 episodes the calls are not going through. The callers can't hear us. I remember it happened a couple of months ago. I'm gonna have to get Bucho on this because he's the one that fixed it, I think, the last time. Otherwise, I'll get. Hey, as long as I'm paying, I might as well get on the FAQ page or support staff and get them to do something about it. But listen, guys, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And that's about it.
Yeah, can I say one more thing, Mr. BDA?
Yes, please.
What I meant by that is Canelo gets a lot of hate, and that's a reality, right? He gets a lot of hate. I mean, some is deserved, some is not. Certainly not by me, but that's what I meant. You know, it's a reality. That's what killed the buzz on that Kovalev fight. Anyways, thanks for having me on, Mr. BDA.
Thank you, Gonzalo. Thank you for being on.
And just one final thing. I'm gonna give women's boxing a chance, man. I'm gonna watch Michaela Mayer versus Helen Joseph tonight. So see what's that about, you know?
Oh yeah, that's tonight. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, check it out. ESPN Female Fighting. I know Ring IQ is gonna be watching. He's always talking about women's boxing, how it's good. Maybe it will be this time. I mean, yeah, I've seen. He gave us a list the other day of some. Well, the other day it was a while back, but he gave us a list of boxing fights to watch, women's boxing fights. So might turn out good, man. I don't know. They might save the night because I mean, what's his name? Jermall Herring was supposed to fight. And he got another fault. You know, he tested positive. Then they tested him again and said, "Oh, sorry, it was a false positive." See, these freaking tests, man. I mean, I gotta tell you, I don't know what's going on with those tests, but people seem to be taking this COVID thing a little bit too seriously. Perhaps I don't know. Yeah. That's where I'm at. Anyway, fellas, thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it. We'll catch you in the next one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and take it easy, fellas. Thank you for watching.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you.
I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I kiss you on the mouth. No, I'm not cool with that. I'm sorry.
One more time. I'm disappointed in every one of you.
I mean, I'm dealing with degenerate animals.
I'm disappointed in everyone. Totally fucking disappointed in everyone. All right, come on.
Honestly, I can't do it, man.
I'm disappointed in everyone. Let me tell you why.
It's gonna be all right, Nicky. Go ahead, shoot.
Let's just kill those fucking men.
What are you going to do about it?
Yeah, because you got nothing. You don't got a thing. Yeah, because you got nothing.
I want to get out. I want to get out of this rat hole. I want to get online. I need
BDA Boxing.